Come on and let's go, 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 Jets! Hell yeah! Hell yeah, folks! Welcome, New York Jets fans, to another episode of the Midnight Mike Show. Let's hit that Jets chant. Jets, Jets, Jets. All right, here we go. It is Saturday night, our flagship show here on the Midnight Mike Show, and I am your late night New York Jets host, Midnight Mike, and I am so friggin' pumped to be here. You try to hold off on the curses early in a YouTube video, whether it's a live stream or whether it's a video that you put out. You try to hold off. As a matter of fact, on the reaction videos that I put out, you have to hold any expletive for like 8 seconds. Like, they actually ask you, is there any bad profanity in the first 8 seconds, because that works on your ad revenue and things like that. But regardless, ladies and gentlemen, the downfall of an empire, the evil empire has fallen. Pats fans are crying, trying to make up any excuse. I've gotten messages from Pats fans being like, oh, well, how'd you, with no offensive line, and I've seen X amount of Super Bowls. They can't accept that their empire has fallen. They can't accept that they are now officially basement dwellers in the NFL, and especially in the AFC East, because even with Skylar Thompson at the helm, I believe that the Miami Dolphins are still going to be a better team than the New England Patriots. These Pats fans are having and once again, I said it on my reaction video. If you haven't watched it, check it out. These Pats fans are the most fair weather, bandwagon, fruity fans that have ever existed, okay? I have been with my wife for 17 years, and I traveled up to Connecticut all those years up until we moved here about 6 years ago. And back then, when I was traveling up here, you would see Patriots flags on houses. You would see people wearing Patriots hats, Patriots jerseys, Patriots shirts, Patriots sweatshirts, and they still exist. But I'd say at like a 1/5 margin. These fans have just lost. They have run away. They have abandoned their team, and that's the difference, and why I love all of you guys watching here tonight. By the way, hit the like button on your way in. Hit the subscribe button if you're new, but most importantly, hit that like button to show more people that we are live. Please do that right now during the monologue. But the New York Jets officially took down the New England Patriots and made them our bitch now. And that's how it's going to continue for a couple years. So we're going to enjoy it. They're going to cry about it. And it is going to be so glorious. These past few days have been so damn glorious, watching Pats fans make excuses for their team being basement dwelling garbage. Okay. And like I said, New York Jets fans, you guys watching this show late night on a Saturday night, that's how loyal Jets fans are. We don't ditch our team. We don't say, hey, see you later. You had a terrible season. Last year when Aaron Rodgers went down and we all knew that that season was not going to go as planned, we all stuck around and held out hope that the New York Jets would somehow find a way to make the playoffs. And like after we beat the undefeated Eagles, and then we went and we squeaked by the New York Giants, we were 4-3. Most of us were thrilled. We had belief. Patriots fans just aren't like that. They're not cut from the same mold that the tri-state area, Southwest Connecticut, Northeast New Jersey, and of course, Long Island, Manhattan, and the rest of the world. I know there's a lot of Jets fans around the world. Patriots fans are just not cut from the same mold that you and I are. Tonight will be a celebration not only of the takedown of this empire, which started last season with beating Bill Belichick in his last game as an NFL coach. The last thing he wanted to do was end out his career losing to the New York Jets. We did it in Foxborough, and then the final nail in the coffin was a 24-3 drubbing of the Patriots on Thursday Night Football. We're going to go over that game. We're going to go over the stats for that game. We're going to have an intermission report with Mike and Maddie's top 5. So much to go to tonight. So much celebration to be had. I hope you guys are having fun in the comments section. Let's bring in my co-host, Maddie, and see what he thought. I know he's got to be happy. What's up, Maddie?
Oh, what is up? Lots to talk about this week. Want to address a few things. First, the Jets did pretty much what I think you echoed the sentiments were. They're like, okay, first game, rusty, didn't win, but lost to one of the class acts of the NFL. Second game,
yes,
that first half, still rusty, but coaching came through with it, I think, as well as the players handled business. This week, this is what we were talking about. Aaron Rodgers looks like he knows what's up. The team looks like it wants to play. And that's exactly what they did. They came out, they won a game they should win, and they didn't win it by like 6 points. They won it by a large margin of points. Those are 24-3. Yeah, I mean, they won it by 3 touchdowns.
And once again, just like we admitted when we lost to San Francisco that that game was not as close as the score showed. Neither was this. This game.
This was a masterclass for the Jets. They had it all around. I mean, they basically I'm not saying that they stopped playing, but they definitely played to not get injured towards the end, which is fine. You know what I mean? They didn't half-ass it, but I mean, they were like, again, I'm not going to.
The game was in the bag in the third quarter.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. I don't want them out there doing crazy, stupid shit when the game's already done. I'm honestly surprised Tyrod wasn't like running the entire fourth quarter for a minute there. But that's not what the fans wanted to see. It's not what you want to see.
I am surprised about that, Maddie.
I am, but I'm not, because I'll tell you this: it's the home opener. And you need your starter to just go out there and start shredding stuff up. Jake, I didn't see you hit me on IG. I'm sorry, man. I'm not on there that often, brother. I'll look into it after the show tonight. I'm sorry, buddy.
I just want to point out the lane train. Hold on, the lane train is in here, and I just want to say that we will probably talk a little bit about the Jets Broncos game that's coming up next week. But most of that content will be held for our Tuesday night show. Tonight is just we are going to enjoy the victory. We're going to celebrate. We're going to take a step back and just sit. Maddie, remember, this is the game. This Patriots game was the game that I wanted when we played the Titans. I wanted a game where from the start of the game to the end of the game, I could just sit back, relax, and enjoy the Jets' just domination. And in the past, like I talked about it last season. Last season, we pretty much beat the Chiefs. I mean, whatever, ticky-tacky crap there. We beat the Philadelphia Eagles. We beat the Buffalo Bills, but then we lost to teams that we shouldn't have lost to. We should have had it. We should have beat the Chargers. We should have beat the Raiders. So there were teams in there we should have easily beaten. And in the past, we wouldn't have beaten those teams. Now we were expecting, of course, none of us were expecting the Jets to lose and get embarrassed by the 49ers, but it happened. But we were expected to beat the Titans. We did. And we were expected to put a beat down on the New England Patriots. And we did.
Yeah,
so if this season continues.
We were supposed to, and we weren't slapped with a holy shit, they did what moment? You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. The only thing I can admit there was a few bad moments in the game.
Every game's gonna have one.
Yeah, one of the biggest was the penalty situation, and that needs to be cleaned up immediately.
Yes, but I said this last week. That's a job for the coaches. And this last week, what the coaches really had to shore up on was that run D, and I think they did very well. So
Oh
we're going to
yeah,
address penalties now. I think so. Nate, I saw your thing. I don't know why it wasn't letting me accept your messages. I responded. I want to talk about your Boston thing too. Let's be honest, man. Before 2001, did you know any Patriots fans really? Like, I didn't know many.
no, as a matter no, and but once again, now to be fair, Maddie, from 2001 and prior, I pretty much was in New Jersey, and I would
Right.
travel into
But I'm
the
just saying,
city.
you didn't know, like, there was none of this, like, because I mean, even before, like, you always knew a cadre of like Steeler fans, or you know what I mean. I didn't know anybody
Yeah.
who was repping that, and I honestly feel like part of it is New York is such a big, the New York metro area particularly is so big that you can't, like, you if you were to describe New York as a one sport town, you couldn't. You know what I mean? Like, you could argue, like, for example, Denver is a football town. I would argue Boston is a baseball town, followed very closely by the Celtics. I honestly think that unless their teams are winning, the Patriots are third or tied for third with the Bruins.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in general, because shit tons of Red Sox fans, ass loads of Celtics fans, and for me, being a hockey guy who grew up in the hockey community everywhere I went, you do know a lot of Bruins fans. But if the Patriots aren't winning, you don't know a lot of Patriots fans.
No,
Like,
no, they are extremely fair weather.
And so the difference is with the Jets, I think part of it is we are proud of the fact that even when our team sucks wet farts out of dead pigeons, that's our team. We may
Absolutely.
call them the very eye of syphilis for the way they play,
Oh
but
yeah, we'll get on them.
leaving. Nobody's leaving. It's more like they're like our child. It's like if your kid goes out and shoplifts and catches herpes, you're like, I'm so fucking mad at you, but you're still my child. And that's how we are.
Wow, I'd be pretty pissed.
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, I would say I would have rather caught herpes than deal with some of the shit the Jets have put me through. But that's my point is, and again though, but New York is a different animal than any other city. You know what I mean? It's the only major metro area with two of each. And you can't define the Big Apple. I mean, Chicago still doesn't come close. Boston doesn't come close. LA might be the closest,
but still, they're still weak, very weak on football.
So and they can't keep a football team. The Rams will be back in St. Louis in 10 years. So I think that it speaks very highly for New York fan bases, even those that I don't like the Islanders or, the Yankees or the Devils, or, again, I'm naming your teams, not intentionally. But it's a matter of, in New York, you're a fan of your team no matter fucking what.
Yeah, but let me ask you this, Maddie. What do you think the difference is? And in a minute, I am going to get to Daniel Murphy, channel member. He says, "What's up, fellas and fellettes? I have something to talk to him about." But real quick, what do you think the difference is between? Because I always saw Red Sox fans, even when they hadn't won a World Series for 100 years, Red Sox fans were fucking loyal.
That's because Boston is a baseball town.
I mean, yeah, but it's like they can't bring that loyalty over to the Patriots. They become embarrassed of the Patriots.
Smaller markets are like that. I mean, and Boston is by no means a small market. But if you were to compare Boston to New York, it is a smaller market. And a smaller market like that, which I'm sorry, but basically New York's the only one, it has that one sport that really defines it. Yeah, maybe it helps with the Red Sox because it's a giant B, so everybody knows, hey, I'm from Boston. And you assume you like all the Boston teams, whatever. But it's, Red Sox fans are relentless and brutal. They're insane. They're never going to quit on that team. That team could go 0-162, and they would still be like, yeah, man. They'd find some stat where like some random guy who played one game had like a 0.12 ERA because he threw for like 3 pitches, and he'd be like, "It's our guy. Wait till next year." I mean.
Well, let me address this. I was in Dano's chat last night, and I was just shooting around or whatever. And Daniel here mentioned that, oh, yeah, I saw Mike's video, but I had to turn it off when he started talking about Alan Lazard. And so just for you, Daniel Murphy,
oh, fuck.
I am going to bring up my, I'll make this quick, my
I
Alan
knew
Lazard.
it. I fucking knew it.
And it has not been updated. We are going to update it right now on the show. Obviously, you can see through the first 2 games. Alan Lazard now we can erase that 2 touchdowns, make that 3. And we can have the 400 yards minus the 45. How many did he have here? 48 minus the 48 yards. And now Alan Lazard needs 352 yards to hit my prediction. So there we go, Daniel. That one's just for you, buddy. I am the Jets fan that said Alan Lazard was going to be a legit wide receiver 3. And through the first 3 games, he has done it. So thank you, Daniel, for reminding me about that last night.
I almost texted you Lazard jerseys for all and hoped you would read it in Kodos or Kang's voice from The Simpsons.
Well, maybe we should. Maybe if let's say if Alan Lazard goes over, like, let's say 600 yards on the season, maybe I'll get
we should pony up and y'all get Lazard jerseys.
Well, no, how about if he goes over 600 yards for the season and he has 3 TDs, so let's say over 600 yards and over, let's say 9 touchdowns.
It's a stretch, but okay.
Want to do 8?
I would say
8 or more. 8 or more.
8 or more. Okay, all right. I'll go.
If he goes over 600 yards and 8 or more, I will get me and you both Alan Lazard jerseys.
All right, that you got a deal.
Yeah, we will, and we'll wear them.
Right now, I'm the biggest fucking Alan Lazard fan in the universe.
Well, how can you not be?
Okay, you know what? Let's stop right there because I do want to talk about this, and I was going to save it for later. But first of all, I am an Alan Lazard fan because he's a Jet. We've talked about this. I don't care who you are if you're wearing the helmet. And I've been catching a little heat this week because, and I talked to Sean about this. People are talking about, Garrett Wilson not having chemistry with Aaron Rodgers and all this other nonsense. I'm like, I don't see that. But I need to make this very clear just so everyone on the show understands where I'm coming from. I am not in a single fantasy league, okay? As much as I would love to see Brees rush for 2,000 yards this year, if Brees were to rush for 1,500 yards, but Braylon Allen rushed for 1,000 or 1,200, and the Jets got 3 more wins, that's what I want. I don't give a shit about your fantasy team or fantasy stats. I care about Jet wins and losses and Jet wins and losses only. So I don't care if Alan Lazard scores every fucking touchdown for this team all year as long as they win games. So that's my official stance is. This is what I care about.
I completely agree. Cousin Kenny, I wouldn't go that far. Bring back Randall Cobb. I think we got enough in here.
Oh, yeah, you stop that heathen talk.
Once again, okay, so did you happen to see this? I'll address this. Dano channel member, awesome show on Friday nights. Check him out.
I read about it.
Okay, I watched it, and I'll be honest. Here's the problem. She did it at the booth with them, right? And they're sitting there 20 feet away from Jets fans who are wasted drunk, and they're just screaming nonsense. So no one's there to react to her jokes, okay? And for a comedian to sit there and roll jokes, and a lot of the people on the panel that she was roasting, they didn't have the mics up close enough to their face so that you could hear their reactions. And all you heard was her running jokes with like Jets fans being like, oh, fuck yeah, man. It was just insane. If you actually listen to her content, I would say 80% of it was pretty good. And if you were to take it and put a laugh track behind it, I'll be honest, don't really love female comics, but I think Nikki Glazer's pretty good.
I disagree with you. I really enjoy a good stand-up female comic, and there's a few out there. I'll find you some clips to send to you.
Okay.
I love, and I'm not going to lie, and this is not me getting all liberal. I really hate when people say women aren't funny. Because I can easily point to you, Carol Burnett.
Dude.
That
Carol
one stinks.
Burnett
right
is
there.
awesome.
Carol Burnett's a fucking comedic genius. I would say Whoopi Goldberg, before she went completely insane in the 80s, was one of the funniest fucking women you ever saw. Paula Poundstone back in the day could really nail a good joke. There are a lot of them out there. Now, the problem is that the comedic field is a lot like the gamer field. It's very male-dominated. but there are some very good female comics out there. I understand, though, there's a lot of really shitty ones out there. So you just kind of have to sift for the good ones. There's one who I just saw. I forget her name. She's in a wheelchair. And she is fucking hilarious. She has one joke that I always gets me because I see it in my YouTube shorts. And she goes, people are always talking about, they want a man who fucks them so hard that they can't walk the next day. She's like, I'm kind of looking for one who fucks me so hard I can. And it fucking slaughters the way she delivers it, dude. It's so funny. Lisa Lampanelli, another good one, Alan. So, all right.
I'm like meh on Lampanelli, but I see Wanda Sykes in here. I used to think she was really funny. I used to
like her till she started
Lucille Ball, of course. I don't know if anybody mentioned Joan Rivers.
Let's not forget the women of SCTV, Catherine O'Hara and Andrea Turner.
You want to know, dude, you want to know what one of the best Catherine O'Hara roles is? Most people go to know her in Home Alone. They know her from Beetlejuice. They know her from all these very popular. Her character and her role in Orange County with Colin Hanks and Jack Black.
I haven't seen that movie in so long.
Dude, she is so fucking funny. And John Lithgow's in that movie.
Oh, Lithgow's great.
Chevy Chase is in that movie for a second. That movie is underrated.
I got to rewatch that because I saw that in the theater in 99 and kind of was like, oh, that was good, and haven't thought about it since. I remember more the soundtrack than anything else. So,
Scott Foster, Cousin Kenny, Daniel Murphy, Kim, Valerie, Alan, all you guys are in here. Infrared is in here, and he lost his channel membership. Guys, we got some super chats, some gifted channel memberships. Come on, guys. Let's help out some of these people who lost their channel memberships. Let's see what we can do tonight. See if we can raise some funds for the Midnite Mike Show and officially me and Maddie's Alan Lazard jerseys at the end of the season. So let's start doing those super chats. See what you guys can do tonight. Too. Oh, Maddie's gone. I actually looked up. Wait, let me read Infrared's real quick. He says, I went to the game sober as fucked, and I screamed coming out of the game. Finally, we have a fucking quarterback. Everyone surrounding me was clapping as I walked out Jet Life Stadium.
It's true.
And ain't that the truth, man? He was methodical, ladies and gentlemen.
Damn, he looked good, and he could think on his feet. I mean, like I say, my father-in-law, who I love more than anything, is a Packers fan who hates Aaron Rodgers and feels so betrayed. And he came over today for a few minutes and we got to talk. And he's like, yeah, that's Aaron Rodgers. That's what you guys got. That's what you paid for. I'm like,
Aaron Rodgers, 27 for 35, 281 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, a 118.9 passer rating. And this one was my favorite stat, 18 yards rushing.
Yeah.
What?
Dude, it's fearless. But he was smart enough to slide.
He was the third the third rusher of most yards gained on the team.
Unbelievable, dude. The guy
right behind the killer bees.
This is we knew he had a chip on his shoulder, Aaron Rodgers, and we all saw it, and now we're seeing it on the field. He's like, fuck you, Joe Boo. I do it myself.
Real quick, is everybody hitting that like button on your way in? Please do that so more people can see that we are live this Saturday night. Is Arch better than Eli? I saw that he's starting his first game, and is it tonight or tomorrow? It's tonight, right?
I have no idea. I don't associate with the Manning family.
I know you really don't like him, but I am interested to see how he does.
I will be reading about it. I won't be watching. I got the CU game going on here, and it's not going well.
How did Notre Dame do? I saw that Jake doesn't. I once again tried to watch the Notre Dame game, but I've been so tired because when the night of the Jets game, I went to the Yard Goats' first ever home playoff game, and of course we got our rally towels.
How'd they do?
Unfortunately, they lost. But you know what? Here's the thing. I talked about it before. I was saying it to my wife because I got the shirt that said playoffs and everything. And she's like, but what if they lose? And I said, you have to understand, as a Jets fan, and the Yard Goats have never, ever been to the Eastern League playoffs. So I associate it with the Jets. And I've said this before on the show. As a Jets fan, they win the AFC East, I'm buying merch out. If they win the AFC, I'm buying merch out. They win the Super Bowl, I'm buying merch out. Because the Jets are a lowly, sad team. That's the difference between us and other teams. We can admit when we suck. But as a Yankee fan, I don't buy shit unless they win the World Series.
Yeah,
I
we talked
don't
about
know if you
this.
saw that tweet I put out. I retweeted the Yankees celebrating in their locker room with their October Ready shirts. They had champagne and all this shit. And I'm like, what the fuck are you celebrating? You're the
break.
Yankees. Like, you this is like second nature.
Well, Hartford and New York are so different. I mean, Hartford had a parade for the Whalers when they lost their first playoffs.
I know. But there it is, folks.
That's awesome.
The Hartford Yard Goats made the playoffs this year.
Love it.
But yeah, so that night I'm in the stadium, I'm watching the game, and I'm also watching the Jets game on my phone with a headset in my ear. So anytime, like when the Yard Goats knocked out a home run, I'm jumping up. In the 7th or 8th, they were down 3-1 and miraculous tie up of the game, and I'm going nuts. Meanwhile, every time the Jets score, I'm also jumping up and announcing to my entire section, Jets touchdown, so.
At least you said Jets touchdown. Otherwise, they're like, oh, he's one of those special people.
Or he doesn't know sports. He thinks that's a touchdown.
Why is he clapping for a foul ball?
All right. Thank you so much, Daniel Murphy, starting it off tonight. Guys, let's follow in suit. He gets the Jets chant. Jets. And I'm going to say it because I'm going to read your tweet. So maybe if you want to cut it up. But Mike, say Lazard is mid. There, I just said it. But unfortunately, this season, he's like our top receiver. So not so much mid. Now, he may end up mid. Who knows? Like, I'm not saying that's not a possibility. But like you said in your previous one, yeah, Mike, go ahead and take your victory lap. Hey, look, when me and Maddie, and we'll do them this week, when me and Maddie come on and we predict our, each week's games, we specifically tell you guys, don't listen to us. Like, don't listen to us. We have no inside information. We don't know what we're
wrong on a lot of games last week.
Yeah, but hey, I was impressed. Dude, you picked that Raiders. And I remember going into work and someone being like, oh, and the Raiders beat the Ravens. I said, yo, my co-host called that. He said, I'm going for the upset. Yeah.
I had a feeling. But that Raiders pick was great, but I have like 4 where you're just like, does this fucking dumbass watch football?
Well, hey, look, regardless, I don't get a lot of things, it's not like I sit here and all these predictions come true that I make. This one was one I felt really strongly about. And if I'm going to have a victory lap or be able to run this victory lap, I got to do it.
Yeah.
I got to do it because Ian from Jet Central kind of smirked at me when I said it. Green Bean smirked when I told him it.
You could get Ian to even mildly give you like an unfavorable reaction because Ian's so goddamn nice that like if the man holds milk, it turns into a milkshake. Like, he's such a sweetheart of a dude.
Did you say like what happened was I put out a tweet and I said there was only 3 people who believed that Alan Lazard was going to be playing like this, this season, and it was Alan Lazard, and Aaron Rodgers, and me.
Yeah.
And Ian wrote on it. You called it. You called it, man. And I was like, hey, man, I'm surprised you remember that I called that. But yeah,
you remind us every show.
Now I do. You guys were the first ones to say something in training camp and stuff, and I held back. I said, "Yep, I'm happy, but wait till the season starts because that's when it matters." So it is what it is. So yeah, guys, let me just run over some of these stats. I gave you Aaron Rodgers. The Killer Bees ran for a total of 109 yards with Brees getting into the end zone for a touchdown. Tyler Conklin with a fucking game.
Monster game.
5 receptions for almost 100 yards, 93 yards. Like I said, Lazard, 3 receptions, 48 yards and a TD. Wilson, 5 receptions, 33 yards and a TD. Mike Williams had a bunch of great catches, which was outstanding. 34 yards. And then 7 total sacks for the Jets defense. With Will McDonald coming up huge with 2 more.
Did we just steal this fucking dude or what? Like, holy crap.
I am thrilled.
I mean, I've seen so many articles. Did the Jets find their next superstar? And I'm just like, the last 2 games, I'm like, oh, there's Will McDonald kicking someone in the face again. Like, I love it. And he's just up there just killing people.
They are still coming in, folks. Guys, let's keep this up. This is a celebration night. Scott Foster gets the Jets chant. Here it comes.
Howdy.
Jets. Scott Foster, channel member with $1.99, says, Murphy, use that money for some whiskey.
Good man.
No. Send it to me. I'll use it for whiskey. Come on, guys.
I can't drink whiskey. That's too masculine.
Oh, I love a good whiskey. Like I said, tell them or do.
I can do a Jack and Coke and pretend I'm Lemmy from Motorhead, but that's about it.
Alan's still in here. Rusty Spooner's still in here. Cousin Kenny. Guys, thank you so much for being in here. I really appreciate it. Hey, Jake, I'm not the first one. I stole that from someone. I don't remember who I stole that from, but they've been calling them the kids. It's like calling Braylon Agent Zero. It's like that's what people are calling them, and I'll call them that too. Why not? Same thing, like I said, with the Killer Bees. Hey man, you can run that victory lap all you want. Will McDonald is just blowing it out of the water, and I'm loving it. One more thing, Maddie. Greg Zuerlein missed another kick, man.
Okay.
It's not okay. It's like he missed one. He missed like 2 in the preseason, and then he missed this one in the regular season. There's going to be, I don't want a game to come down to a field goal and be worried. Last season, wouldn't be worried.
No, they're gonna address this. The thing is as much as we all love Greg, if I remember correctly, he got a new contract in the offseason, and it's going to be as simple as, look, we love Greg, but there are kickers out there if we need to get a new kicker. It's as simple as that.
I don't think we need a new kicker.
No, but he's either going to get with the fucking program or he's not going to kick the football.
A stack. Yes, guys, hit that like button. I 100%. And I had this coming up. I want to bring it up again. Brees equals Marshall Faulk 2.0 and Alan Earl Campbell. Good God, it's actually looking that way. And then, of course, Alan has to come in with the downer like John Radcliffe. There are downers in the crowd. Channel member Alan says, Marshall Faulk, calm down, please. What do you think?
They're the Xanax of our chat.
Yeah, Dano coming in. I guess with Zuerlein, it's just nice that he only misses when it's irrelevant. Okay, fair enough. If he wants to miss, yeah, because honestly, when he missed that kick, I didn't really give a shit.
Yeah, I was kind of like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, we're already up 14-3, and that's the thing. You knew more was coming.
Yeah, I mean,
the way that Rodgers
looked
ran that offense.
The team looked amped as shit. They did like so many games last year at the end of the first half. That team ran into that tunnel like it was trying to get away from like a bombardment of hand grenades and missiles. They ran into that tunnel.
Chris 716. I don't recognize Chris. What's up, man? Good to see. I do see Buffalo Bills there on your thing, but we welcome other fans. We have some wise-ass Dolphins fans who haven't shown up since Tua went down and they got blown out by the Bills.
Yeah, they have not been around.
They have not been around. They fucking tucked tail and ran.
I can't blame them, dude. Like, if that, like, I wasn't talking a whole lot of shit when Rodgers went down last year. I was just like, I still love my team, but I don't have a lot to say right now.
Jerome, you couldn't, I mean, hey, man, 100% right. Thursday night's win felt so good. Yeah, well, so that's the thing, dude. We got out so late because the Yard Goats game actually went into extra innings, and I'm in the park. Then we're in this. They have this new setup for parking, and it's like impossible to get out of there. And I have the phone hooked up on my dashboard of the Jets game.
Driving unsafe.
Yeah, of course.
Probably.
No.
I'm kidding.
But I had the game, and then literally I got home as the game was ending, and it was like well past midnight. I had to put out my reaction video. That took about a half hour or 40 minutes, however long it took.
How did you go to work the next day?
Well, I went to work the next day, but I was shot. And then today, I meant to talk about this earlier, but with Notre Dame, it was another day that I was planning on watching the Notre Dame game, and I passed out. I just fell asleep for like 4 hours.
Good for you.
Like it was crazy.
I'm not going to watch almost any football tomorrow. The wife and I are going to go see Hamlet downtown. We're going to a play.
That's right. Oh, that's right, Kenny. Where is he? Where's Scott Black? Where's YouTube user? Those are our Dolphins.
Black was probably kidnapped somewhere in the middle of Central America, and probably they're going to have to send Dutch and Dylan in there with a team to go rescue him.
All right. We're going to be getting to our predictions. very shortly for this week. Wild Wave, the fact that he can wide receiver is, I don't know. Sorry, man. But anyway, okay, one more quick stat for everybody before we start going over the week 3 predictions for this week, and then we get into the intermission report, and then we start taking your calls. I want to hear from you guys. Let's celebrate tonight. Like I said, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, all that great stuff. Here's my final stat. Everyone knows that I said I would burn my jersey before the season started, and I forgot to before the San Francisco game. And if you're a channel member, you can watch the video of me burning the jersey before the Titans game, and you can hear the story as to why I believe my burning of one of my things has so much power and in my superstitions. Okay. So I took one of those ugly jerseys from the past 5 years, ugliest jerseys the Jets ever wore. I burnt it to try to exorcise the demons of that 27 and 56 record we had in those 5 seasons. Since I burned the jersey, Maddie, the Jets are 2-0 and have outscored their opponents 48-20.
It's hot shit.
Let's hope that continues, folks.
Hot shit, man.
Let's hope that continues.
Mets invited me to his baseball stream during the Jets game on Thursday night, and I was like, I was like, thanks, but I was like, I'm not promising you shit. The Jets are on right now.
Dude, I got to talk to Mets. I hope he calls in tonight because he put out a short, okay, of talking about the Jets, Patriots game. And he's sitting there and he's talking about, and it's a YouTube short. So it's like a minute, whatever. Yeah. I suggest, if you want to be grossed out, I suggest you watch it because he's talking and right in the middle, he has this deep, you could tell how it smelled by the burp. Oh, and it's just like, why wouldn't you just re-record that? Why wouldn't you? It's a minute. Just re-record it. It was this deep, hot, breathy belch. And I literally went,
the camera had droplets on it.
Dude, I felt sick. And I was like, oh God, Mets, like, why didn't you just re-record that?
It looked like he followed through on it.
Yeah, Mets, you got to get in here. You got to get in here. Holy crap. Big one tonight, folks. Ladies and gentlemen. Jets. There you go. Cousin Kenny coming in. Channel member.
Big one, Kenny. Thank you.
$20 super chat.
Damn.
Thank you so much. Let's hear that chant.
Is that the biggest super chat we've ever gotten?
I think it is. I think that's the biggest number we have ever gotten in a single super chat. And I would usually sit here and be like, guys, we could beat that. No, I don't expect any of you to beat that. And let's go Cougs for my wife's beloved school, Washington State U, which is 4-0 on the season. God, you know what? I feel like it deserves even more than that. I'm going to give it one more Jets chant. Here we go. Jets. And then I have one thing that I want to say. Sorry about that. One thing I do want to say to Cousin Kenny.
I want to kiss you.
I do. I just want to kiss you.
On that.
Just want to give you a kiss there, Cousin Kenny.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Yeah.
I would like to take a hot moment.
What?
To show off something that I picked up.
Well, I'll show everybody what me kissing Cousin Kenny would probably look like. It would probably look something like this. Yeah, Cousin Kenny would be pulling away. He'd be like, oh, God, Mike, get away from me.
Thankfully, my wife.
Wow, look at that.
But that is a clean fucking logo right there.
Yeah. Dude, I've been thinking, dude, you want to know what pisses me off?
Talk to me.
I went online to get, because once I got this hat, I have literally just not stopped.
All the time.
I love it. I love it because it has Jersey and New York on the side, and it's like that's where I'm from. I'm from Jersey.
Another one?
You can't. They're done. The only thing they have left is the smallest size left in fitted hats, and then
I might be able to get you a snapback. If you want.
I don't wear snapbacks.
I don't like snapbacks either, but it looks exactly the same otherwise.
Yeah, I don't wear snapbacks, and literally all of those original hats, like the one you got of the swoosh, just the swoosh, the fin,
they're gone.
They're gone, and all the new hats that they've put out are ugly, in my opinion.
I don't hate them. I mean, I kind of want one of the green sideline caps.
I mean, Look, I like the style of the hat. Like I like the logo, the little stripes here, and the AFC on the side. I like that, but I don't like the marble finish.
I don't. But the problem is it reminds me so much of the first year sideline caps and that one, the story how I drove 4 hours to go get it each way. So part of me is just it's tugging at my heartstrings. But at the same time, with the old logo being the new logo, I have so much of that shit because that's always been my favorite logo that I'm like going, I kind of just coast by on my old shit.
Well, that's the thing. I get a hat, and then I have tons of hats. Like literally, I'm looking at 5 Yard Goats hat, a Yankee hat, a old Florida Marlins hat, an Indians hat, another Yard Goat hat.
Dude, I'm in the same boat. I have 2 crates, like Tupperware crates full of hats in my storage unit.
But that's the thing. It's like I get hooked on a hat. And then I just wear it to no end, and then it gets all sweaty. What
size?
7 5/8.
All right. Well, I'm pretty good at finding shit, so I'll see what I can do.
I don't know if we gave her a shout out yet, but Kim is in here. What's up, channel member Kim? How you doing tonight?
Val as well. I mean, really everybody in the chat. You guys are our regulars. We love you guys. I get distracted sometimes. I try to pay attention to the chat, but we got the best chat as far as I'm concerned in all of Jets content creation. We have awesome people who are here every Saturday night, all of whom are very attractive and could probably be on dates with people, and they'd rather listen to our bullshit. So,
but that's Jets fans. That's what I'm trying.
True.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
All right, let's go through this week in the NFL. Once again, I'll go through the games that I think are like easy pick'ems. And then we'll get to the games that I think might be a little bit more debatable. And then you guys, of course, in the comments section, please let us know who you think. I mean, we go through these pretty quick, so it's not like you have much time, but get in there and
I've done
let me know.
No homework this week at all.
That's all right, man, because I got them all written down. The New York Giants travel to Cleveland to take on the Browns.
Cleveland.
Yeah, I got Cleveland. The LA Chargers travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers.
Pittsburgh, but not by as much as you think, and mostly because it's a home game.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. Pittsburgh, they're on Pittsburgh once again. They're playing good, and Tomlin he no matter what he's given,
he finds his players, man.
It's unbelievable. Oh, Mets, there you are. Did you? Oh, sorry. Yeah, he picks the Chargers. He picks the Giants. Mets, you definitely have to call, and I got to talk to you about your content. I've got to just do it.
Yeah, the EPA wants to talk to
you. What's my next easy? Okay, Denver traveling south down to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers.
I think Denver gets their first win.
No,
I think.
Nope.
Maddie,
you better not jinx me because I put in Baker Mayfield on my fantasy team this week. Finally,
I think Denver gets a weird, fluky win. If they don't, I don't care. But I honestly, part of me wants Denver to win this game so that next week, like they're feeling all chests puffed out, and then they run it into a great.
Maddie, I think they're one of those teams that it doesn't fucking matter. I think they're bad.
They are bad, but every dog has its day.
Yeah, every dog has its day, but they're not the team that loses and goes, oh, but now we're gonna. No, the Jets are a far superior team.
No, 100%.
They're gonna, especially at home.
I think Denver pulls off that weird upset. I don't want them to. I'm not rooting for them. But it's one of those where I'm going, I mean, if they don't win and I'm wrong, fine. But I got this weird feeling Denver's not going to open the season 0-3.
Guys, hit that like button on your way in. Subscribe if you're new. And please, when I say hit that like button, I'm not just saying it. Please hit it. I want people, for those of you who don't know, who are new in here, it does help other people that haven't seen the stream before see that we are live, and it really does help out. And we're not, like I said, we're celebrating the Jets, but we're also celebrating, it's officially the end of an empire. The evil empire has fallen. The Patriots are basement dwellers. They are an embarrassment of a team. And look, we can all celebrate that. Everyone in the AFC East can celebrate the fact.
I don't think anybody's not with us on this. Like, everybody's like, yeah, finally those assholes can instead of letting them eat cake, let's put them on the guillotine.
I completely agree, Greg. Welcome in.
I agree. It's 2 weeks out, so I'm not calling that game.
The next one I have is the Carolina Panthers traveling to Las Vegas to take on the Raiders.
Raiders.
Yeah, gotta go Raiders. Detroit traveling south to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Now, Detroit had that weird loss last week.
Yeah, I'm going with 2 upsets this week. I'm taking the Cardinals. Again, by less than 3, maybe a 2-point win. But I like them. They're at home. I think Detroit is a little shook right now. Again, I could very well be wrong. Like, again, if you're putting your money on shit that I say, 1, I want my cut when I'm right. But 2, these are just my gut feelings. I said I didn't do any real homework this week. So I'm going Cardinals. And if the spread is 3 points or less, definitely take the Cardinals.
I'm taking Detroit. I think they're going to bounce back. They're a really good team. And I think last week was probably a fluke. So I'm going to Detroit. Bobby's 1980 soap bar says, why was I abandoned? And I think he's talking about the soap bar. And is that a bar of Ivory? Because believe it or not, I actually really like Ivory. It's just, I had it as I didn't use Ivory in so long. And then one day I bought some Ivory just because I just was rushing. And I was using it. I was like, I know that smell. And then I went, I'm ready for this, Maddie. Then I went, I know that taste. Because that's what
potty mouth.
Yep. That's what my mom used to put in my mouth.
I have a really
curse.
really fucked up story from the subway when I was a kid, but I'm not going to talk about it tonight. I'm going to tease you with it, but
okay, fair enough.
I'm pretty sure Jake Klein and I have the same dad. I don't know, Jake. You and I are usually on the same page on a lot of stuff.
By the way, Bobby's 1980s soap bar and Bobby's salty nuts and Bobby's left hanging nut and all that stuff. We haven't seen Bobby in so long. And I know he was like, yeah, of course he did. But he was sick for a little while. But it is what it is. Oh, look, Bobby's long lost soap bar says to Bobby's 1980s soap bar, you two, we might be related.
Jesus fuck.
I love all the Bobby.
I don't and the funny thing is, if this was not very specific, I'd be like, I don't know where the Bobby bots came from, but I think these are all real people.
No, oh yeah, no, I 100% believe that these are just people who like to mess with Bobby, because I don't know if you know, Maddie, but all Bobby's left nut and Bobby's hairy nuts and Bobby's sagging nuts and all that stuff, they were supposed to change their names and not be those things anymore after Bobby's birthday. That's what they promised Bobby. And they're still hanging around. Some of them are still hanging around, and you got the soap bars like talking amongst themselves. It is what it is. I mean, Greg even has some inside info. Bobby's soap on a rope at Diddy's house.
Well, I just wonder, first of all, that's not how you spell rope.
No, correct.
All, I would really like to see all the Bobbies unite to become some kind of like perverted Bobby Voltron.
Oh, all right. It's time to go.
That's how it's going to be.
Okay, hold on one second.
All of us.
Hold on.
Fuck our stream. We have to go talk shit now. Everybody do whatever.
I'm going to go talk shit on Bobby's stream.
Oh, absolutely.
I have our stream up, but I'm going to have to bring up YouTube here. Let's just hold on while I'm doing this. Let's keep going through here. The next one I have is San Francisco not traveling far, traveling over to LA to take on the Rams.
Say that again.
San Francisco 49ers traveling to take on the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh, Niners are going to kill them.
Yeah. And that was, I mean, I'm kind of hoping Sean calls in, because Sean could be taking a victory lap with the way the fucking Vikings have been playing.
Yeah. No, he texted me, and I think he still has your old number, because there was another. Hold on. I just want to see it. Was your old number? Was it?
My old number was a 267 Philly number.
Yeah.
My new number. My new number is a 973 Jersey number.
Included your old number, so I think he meant to get you to it. He said he's going to call us Tuesday. So he's predicting another Vikings win. So let's see. We got BMAC is in Bobby's stream.
I know.
I don't like this. I'm sorry. I'm distracted while I'm about to do this.
Well, you know what? I'm going to bring up the volume. Hold on one second.
Yeah. Oh, this is funny.
Let's literally stream Bobby's stream. Hold on.
Yeah, can we put that up? That'd be so
I
fucking
have
funny.
it. Yeah, hold on. We'll have Bobby's stream behind me. Hold on. Here we go. Hold on. Here we go. Make it big. Let's see what they're let's see what they're talking about.
We are children.
Oh, totally. This is funny as shit.
Manny, be quiet.
Oh, he's yelling at you.
Sarah went for the guacamole.
Okay, I forgot you were even on. Okay, I forgot you were even on.
Oh.
I'll end the show.
Oh man, Nate's over there watching his stream. Nate
during this time of the night.
Oh, really? Oh,
Bobby, don't take any lip from B-Mac.
1647.
Bobby, did you eat tonight?
Bobby,
have a
I got your back, Bobby.
What?
That's right.
Oh man.
What did you say now?
I just wrote you traitor.
From nobody.
I just wrote you.
I wrote so Nate's modding it. I wrote
it was just a question. It was just a question.
Can you see him? Hold on. I'm gonna try to bring it up behind me.
I got it pulled up.
He doesn't. He's not listening.
Oh, we're
Got Bobby's stream behind us.
I'm listening to you. I hear you.
Well,
I hope Bobby knows we're fucking with him. Like, I don't care that he's live.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, none of these guys call into our show.
Oh, okay. I'll just not give you any more money for your show. Okay, that's. I won't be.
Bobby's hurt. Bobby's upset.
Okay, Mike. If you want to make a big deal, I'm a trader. Kiss my ass. Okay.
That's right, Bobby. Give him the business.
Oh my god! I hope our chat is laughing their asses off.
I'm gonna take my thing down from you. I don't care. If you come on my show, call me a traitor. I'm gonna take my I won't be your subscriber anymore. Okay.
That had to be before you put
my show. I'm subscribed to your show, and you're giving me shit. I don't have to take that crap.
He's so pissed off. This is so funny.
Oh my god! Oh, burn those bridges!
Oh,
bitches.
this is so funny, dude. He's taking it so seriously.
Yes.
I can't believe Scott's in the chat. What's up, Scott?
You didn't just see what Midnite Mike called me. Yeah, your soap in the rope is in your ass. That's where it comes out of your ass.
Dude, he's got Willem Dafoe's brother in that chat.
Bullshit. When I get off this, when I go on your thing next time, I'm gonna take my thing off you. You're not even subscribed to my
characteristic.
Kiss my fat ass, okay? That's all. All right, don't give me
have
crap.
body
Don't come on my
positivity
show and do crap. Do
Dude,
I come on your show?
this is fucking hilarious.
You should call him.
I can't. How am I supposed to call
I
him?
don't
I'm
fucking know
live
how
here.
this works. Do you want me to get off and call him?
Yeah, totally do it.
All right.
Who's Midnite Mike?
Jimmy, I'm gonna tell him we're.
Oh, who's Midnite Mike? Who's Midnite Mike? I'll fucking show you who Midnite Mike
Do you
is,
want to get off and
motherfucker.
call him?
No, call. Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna tell him we're
Hey
fucking.
Jay, guess who I like on Power? You know who I like on Power, Jay?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna bring down, and when Maddie comes on, I will pop up the stream, and we'll see what they're saying. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for being in here. Bobby Swollen Nuts in here. Tell Bobby you are friends with Robert Chin. I don't know if I get the fucking joke. Maybe if Maddie hears us, he could say that. New York Jets. I can't stand. What do you mean you can't stand Bobby? Bobby's a legend. Bobby Midnite is a legend. Look. Here's the thing with Bobby. You can't have him on too long, but he's a great friend. He's a great guy. He cares about everybody he calls in. Like, he'll call in and he'll ask Maddie about his dogs. He'll talk to. Oh, Maddie's on. Hold on.
Love you.
Okay, I love you too.
We're not mad at you. I was like, I gotta jump off the show and call him. Could tell him we love him, because you know we.
I love you too.
B-Mac, what's up, dude? Good to see you. And then of course I had to give Jake or Nate a hard time too, and be like, "Oh, really?" So nah, man.
Yeah, that's Effie, Jay. Effie. I love Effie, man. She's hot.
But anyways, I gotta go back to my show, but I just
Let's
wanted
see
to
who
let
this
you know,
guy is
you're
down
our
here.
boy, dude. We're just
Okay, Maddie, I love you.
yeah. I'll come and talk to you later, or when you get off, call us.
All right, I'll see if I'm still on.
If you're up, if not, whatever. I'll probably jump on the show, or at least in the comments later this week.
Okay, we'll talk to you soon.
All right, buddy.
He sounds like a radio guy.
No, he lives in Colorado.
All right.
F-
All right. We're going to get back to it, folks. Now that Bobby knows we were fucking with him, I'll tell you what, thank you, Maddie. We saw it.
Well, I clicked out. Somebody's like, he sounds like, and I'm like, okay, cadre of homeless looking dudes, don't start with me.
It is like a very scary looking group in there.
It's the fucking soup kitchen group, and BMAC is like, what am I doing here? We'll have to go back and watch that later.
Bobby sounds like a pedo. Just
Bobby's funny. I'm just surprised how bad we hurt his feelings.
Well,
that wasn't the plan.
No, it wasn't the plan. I mean, if he watches back on the show, he's going to see we were fucking with him. Yeah. But my thing is that it seems like there's a lot of hate in here. But a lot of people don't like Bobby, and which I don't understand, because I was trying to tell everybody.
Bobby's one of the most likable people we know.
But the thing, the thing is that it's like I said, you don't keep him on a whole show. But the thing is that he cares. Like he literally will come on any show, whatever show he comes on. Yeah. Like this when he comes on our
Bobby's
show,
a man of the people,
and he will. I'm sorry, I had that. But he will come on and he'll ask you about your dog. He'll ask you about like how your life is going, and like he'll remember everything.
Yeah, no, Bobby's again. I don't know why you would be mad at Bobby. Like I say, we had to fuck with him. That's our job. I mean, we're of all the Jets content creators, I would say we're probably, we used to call ourselves kind of the punk rock of Jets shows, but we're that abrasive. We're the Ruxins of the Jet content creators. We're gonna talk shit to you, but we'll be there if you need us.
New York Jets superfan comes in and says he's a giant douche. He's a douche Giants fan. He became a fake Jets fan to get subscribers and go on every Jets show on YouTube. Look, I'm not going to deny that that's all true. I'm not. Well, the douche part. I mean, I don't think Bobby's a douche.
I don't know.
But he's definitely a Giants fan. He definitely shadily changed to being a Jets fan because Giants fans wouldn't let him on the show. Giants fans wouldn't let him be, come on every single time. Yeah.
I didn't know
and
that.
So he decided to move to Jets fans. But isn't that a reason to become a Jets fan? Look, I don't think you should ever.
I have a friend
team
who was a Giants fan, and he was on the wait list forever for season tickets. And then the year that he got approved was the year they introduced PSLs, and the Jets didn't have PSLs that year. Like the Giants had them, and I guess the Jets hadn't implemented them yet. And he was like, fuck you guys. I'm not paying a $10,000 cover charge to go to games. And he was like, I'll just root for the Jets. He's like, I can't believe you guys are that. You saw I was on this wait list for like 15, 17 years. And that's how it's going to be. And he's like, the hell with you.
Well, guys, thank you so much for sticking around. I appreciate it. We're going to get back to the show. We got to get to our intermission report with Mike and Maddie's top 5. So we need you guys to start. Don't put them in yet because I'm not going to be looking, but start thinking of generic top 5 lists. Last week we did top 5 football jerseys, pro and collegiate. The week before was that was a Daniel Murphy suggestion. The week before we did a John Radcliffe suggestion of the top 5 horror slashers of all time. So kind of keep it in that vein. We've done top 5 movie theater candies or food. We like to do things like that on a short intermission report. Then we come back, we take your calls. But before we get there, you guys are going to hit your like button, subscribe if you're new. We're going to get to the games. Oh, I have one more that I think is an easy one there for you.
Oh, hit it.
It's the Monday Night Football game. The Jacksonville Jaguars traveling to Buffalo to take on the Bills.
I was going to say, as soon as you said Jaguars, I was like, I'm picking the other team.
Yeah, well, the Jaguars are just looking like trash.
No, they look rough. And I think this is an easy snack for the Bills. I mean, come on, man. The Bills look very good right now. And I'll be watching that game with some serious interest. But, yeah, I don't see Jacksonville pulling this out.
Cousin Kenny comes in. We need to organize a group of us to go to a game. We love going to L7 Tailgate, but we saw L5 gang doing it. Yeah, that's the Jake Asman group over there at L5, and they always burn a jersey of the opposite team. But I am shocked. Scott Black has shown up. He showed up a little earlier with the Bobby stuff. Look, Scott, I'm going to give you credit because we were last week or whatever, last show or whatever, we were giving you and YouTube user a hard time because it seemed like when you guys just got trounced and embarrassed by the Buffalo Bills and then Tua went down, which once again, we're not for. We did not want that to happen. You guys disappeared. You literally disappeared. But a lot of credit to you for coming for coming in, and thank you. I appreciate that. There it is. Scott
We love you
Black.
too, man.
And that is
I
completely
understand.
understandable.
I think it speaks volumes for Scott and YouTube users' character that they come on here and have a good time with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like these are the guys who understand you're here to have a good time. And we hate your team. We love you guys.
All right, let's do this. Now we're going to get to the games that I think are going to be a little bit harder to call, a little closer. Guys, once again, please, in the chat, I do see them going up. It is what it is. But here we go. Houston traveling to Minnesota to take on the Vikings.
I'm sorry, and Sean's not going to be happy with me, but I got Houston.
Yeah, I think the Vikings kind of get brought down a little back to earth on this one, and Houston wins this one.
And none of us called them being 2-0 to begin with.
No, not at all.
Take that win.
Yeah, and as Tom Grassi would say, the Strouds get what they want. Yeah. Philadelphia, this one, once again, there's two of these that I think people are going to be brought back down to earth. The first one is the Minnesota Vikings. I think that the Houston Texans take them. This is the second one. Philadelphia traveling into New Orleans. I know it's in New Orleans, but I think New Orleans comes back down to earth here.
I got the Birds on this one too, especially after last week.
Green Bay heading to Tennessee.
I like Green Bay on this one, I think.
All right, I'm actually going Tennessee on this one.
It's fair.
I think this is an upset. But I think that the Titans are a better team. If Jordan Love was with Green Bay, no, I pick the Pack.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I just think they got the slight edge still.
Here you go. This one's for you, Scott. I hope you're there. Miami traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks, and Maddie cannot hear me, so he's not going to be giving his pick. I do want to wait till we get here. A lot of you guys picking the Packers. I see Scott and Rusty Spooner agree with me with Tennessee, but Maddie, Miami traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. I see Jake, Seattle, Scott, Seattle.
I gotta say Seattle, but
I'm sorry. I think Miami's winning this game.
It's possible. I'm
giving it to the
Seattle
Dolphins.
They're at home.
Skylar Thompson's coming in. He's gonna rock it, and the Dolphins still have a great team around him. So
yeah, I just think that on the road, especially, the morale is a little crushed right now. But
this is a Dolphins fan coming in here. Hey, do you watch TD Finns, Scott? Just wondering. I love watching him. It's like my videos when the Jets lose, the views are in the thousands, and then they win and they're in the hundreds. And so I think people hate watch me the same reason that I hate watch TD Finns. When the Dolphins do bad or that something bad happens to the Dolphins, the first thing I do is go try to find
that
TD.
guy in your friend group who's like got a great marriage and wonderful kids. He's like Ned Flanders. You don't want to talk to him. You want to talk to your buddy who's like 42, twice divorced, and his latest 23-year-old girlfriend just gave him crabs. That guy has a story.
Oh, look, it looks like Alan's one of the only ones who agrees with me. The Dolphins fan doesn't even agree with me. But Alan, thank you, man.
That's
Make
the
me
company
feel better.
you keep.
Yeah, I guess so. Hey, look, Alan is like, look, Alan has a tough time on other shows. People give him a lot of shit. But on this show, we love everybody, and nobody gets blocked. And I love Jake Asman, but there's no Shadow Realm here. There's no stupid town. I'll call you stupid if you say something stupid, but I'm not going to block you for 24 hours or block you for however long.
We're America 1777 right now. Okay?
Hell yeah. There you go. Baltimore traveling to Texas to take on Dallas, the Dallas Cowboys.
I got the Cowboys.
Yeah, I got the Cowboys. I mean, Baltimore, they both looked pretty bad last week.
I think the Cowboys bounce back better. And
they're at home. So you kind of have to,
they get the slide
add that in. And then the final one of the week, Maddie, Sunday Night Football. The Kansas City Chiefs traveling to Atlanta to take on the Falcons.
Chiefs.
I'm actually going Falcons.
See, this is the reaction I have when I said the Broncos would win. I would love it if the Falcons won. I got no problem with that. But
You
It'll
just
be
don't
fun.
think it's
I'll
a
definitely be
reality?
watching that game for sure. I think that Atlanta got very lucky against Philly, and I don't see that repeating.
Rusty Spooner agrees with me. Look, I just think the Chiefs are due every like 3 or 4 games for a loss,
Okay.
and Atlanta is no slouch.
No,
So
they're not.
yeah. Scott says Kansas City. Other Scott Dolphins fan says Kansas City. Yeah. Monique must be behind on the stream. She's calling for the Titans.
Or the
But,
strap.
all right, Maddie, it's that time. We're gonna have
Oh,
to head to our intermission report. So,
Let's
ladies
do
and
it.
gentlemen, do me a favor. Get in that chat. Maddie's gonna be watching that chat. Get in there and start giving us a generic top 5 because I want to rip through this so I can get to your calls. So the more options we have, the quicker me and Maddie pick one, and then the quicker we come up with our list. And I just actually put my notebook away. That was dumb. So let me pull that back out and get ready to start writing a top 5. Hold on, I got a pen, and it is time for the intermission report.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat.
I kind of like top 5 gangs. In
Top
my
5
profession,
gangs.
in my profession, that's one where like I'm gonna name some big gangs you guys have never heard of.
I wouldn't even know. I know the Bloods, the Crips, the Latin Kings. Like that's where it kind of ends for me. And then obviously you can go back to like Al Capone's group and things like that. But I'm not going to be able to
See,
do that.
Jake understands. Jake gets it. Highlight Jake's comment.
All right, here it is.
I'm not. See, me and Jake, we are one.
Scott, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me.
I don't know much about the Insane Clown Posse.
I know enough.
Did I tell you my plan to troll Kate about the Insane Clown Posse?
No.
All right. So I like to fuck with my wife. And I had this great plan that I was going to slowly, over like the course of 6 weeks, become a juggalo. Just to fucking
And
wind
paint
her
your
up.
face and everything?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, so the plan was I was going to like start listening to him and be like, hey, man, this band's pretty fucking cool, actually. I kind of like them. And then I was going to get a couple like ICP shirts. And then the culmination was going to be her catching me putting clown makeup on in the bathroom like she caught me jacking off. I'd be like, you're supposed to be home for 3 hours. Get out of here. You know? And
I was about to go live in Juggalo Nation.
right. But then I found out that it's fucking impossible to get Insane Clown Posse shirts cheap. I went to like a thrift store and this lady's like, those things go fast. Half the time our staff buys them and sells them on eBay. And I was like, I'm not going to pay $80 a shirt to fucking pull this joke off. But I was really excited.
Daniel Murphy, we've actually done that one. We have done that one. I don't know what this means, Maddie. Top theme park Nunleys? What is a Nunley?
I'm thinking Nutley, New Jersey.
I wouldn't be able to go too far on this one.
Shit, that's
like I like Zeppelin.
I have my number.
I like Zeppelin, but I so far my favorite is this one. Is Dano's top 5 channels on YouTube, Jets or otherwise.
I like that one too.
That's a good one. Number 1, Dano Jets, easily.
Not even close. I don't even watch that shit.
No, it wouldn't be on my list, but I do watch almost every Friday night.
I do too. I pop in and out. I would say this. I feel like if we do this one, I'm gonna recluse myself from any Jets content creator, just because I watch a lot of them, I enjoy them, but I don't want to rank them in a way that might A, hurt some feelings, or B, like I'll catch some shit and I'll be like, oh yeah, I watch Jet Central every week. You know what I mean? So I will definitely not be doing any Jets content creators if we do that one.
Well, it's okay because Kenny did it for us. Midnight Mike, Jake Asman, Let's Talk Jets, Ryan Jets, Jets Central.
I do own a Let's Talk Jets t-shirt that I'm going to wear on here one night.
That's a pretty solid list. I'd also like to add in a green bean. I'd also like. I mean, there's so many.
There's some great ones, man. And the thing is, you got to realize too, like there's not every week is going to be the best show for each content creator. So one week you're gonna be like, holy shit, dude, Let's Chalk Jets was fucking phenomenal this week. And then I would say the one consistent guy I like every week or every time is Ian from Jet Central. I really do enjoy his content.
Okay, so Dano says do non-Jets. Assist My Suicide comes in and says let's do non-Jets. See what you all fall asleep to. That's fair. I can tell you. You want to know what I fall asleep to? I'll tell you because it's not going to make my list, but it is one I always fall asleep to. Is Calmed by Nature.
Really?
And it's this guy who just puts up like a painting, let's say, but it looks realistic, and it'll be like and it'll be an animated one. So it'll be like a country home with a lake, and then it'll be fireworks going off, and then it'll be very calm music in the background related to it. So if it's a winter scene, it'll be wintry. He does Christmas ones. He did one in the Twin Peaks diner where where he had, music. I'm telling you, it like calmed my nature, folks. Check that one out. But if we're going to do top non, okay, so that's it. We're going to do top 5 non-New York Jets YouTube channels.
How about this though? We do an honorable mention that's a Jets content creator. How's that?
Once again, I can't, because it's I would feel bad because I watch Ian, I watch Green Bean, I watch Matt O'Leary, I watch Ryan, I watch Jake, I watch all these guys
that I want to put it for honorary, that is a Jets content creator that I would say is definitely one that during the season I catch every week without fail.
You know what, Maddie? I'm popping out for 1 second because I'm gonna go grab my phone so I can look at my subscriptions.
I just opened another window. I did the same shit. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see here. So I'll tell you what. I'll do my honorary Jets content creator. Right now. What are you doing, dog? If you have never watched the channel's called The New York Jokes, and it's this guy and his son, and they watch the game, and it literally, Neek, I know, loves these guys because we've messaged about it. They literally just fucking spaz out, yell at the TV. It's literally like being in my dad's living room or my uncle's house in like 1983, 84. It's so good. They're funny as hell. They're likable, and it's literally like I almost wish they would just live stream the games in audio so we could enjoy those. But that one's great. The New York Jokes is absolutely worth your time. And they're fun. And it's a guy and his son, and they just sit there and watch the games. Those are a blast. What are some genres you guys like on YouTube? Like are you true crime people? Are you, movie and show review people? Or, like what are the ones you guys really like? I'm trying to come up with my list and talk to you guys. Let's see, what else do I like? There's so much content out there, man. It's insane. Like, can you believe how much YouTube has just blown the fuck up since like the first sketch they ever showed was that Lazy Sunday on from Saturday Night Live. I think that was the first one ever on there, right?
I want to point this out. Dano says there's a lot of good reaction channels too. I love reaction channels, but I actually did not put any of them on my list because there's a bunch I like. There's that red hair girl, Ashley Burton. I like. There's Popcorn in Bed, which is 2 sisters. There's a bunch, and they're all really good, but they're all so similar. And in a way, I feel like it's kind of cheap content. Because and I've done reaction stuff, and I'm not talking about my videos reaction to Jets games because I don't, it's just me, venting. I'm talking about where you sit and watch a movie and react to it. I just feel like that can be considered kind of cheap content.
It's low effort content, but if it's done well, it can still be very enjoyable. Is how I feel about it.
Okay, just to let you know, I have I have a basic top 5 with a few honorable mentions.
All right. Well, go ahead. I did my honorable mention already, so go ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So I put two on here that I don't even necessarily. These are honorable mentions. I don't consider this necessarily a YouTube channel, but it's really the only place to get the videos. And it's Tom McDonald. His most recent video, not so hot on, but his last one previous to this one. And he puts out some bangers. So I love Tom McDonald. And I also love Steven Crowder.
Okay.
And then the last honorable mention, he's a professional eater, and he has his girlfriend always with him, and his name is Randy Santel. And he just goes literally around the world doing food challenges at restaurants. And it's like 8-9 pounds of food that he puts down in like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30, whatever it is.
That guy's going to die.
No, well, he was a professional bodybuilder. Then he got super fat doing these challenges. And then he'll take a break for a couple months and he'll get himself back into shape. Yeah. And then he'll go out and do it again. But the thing is that that's also not good for you.
No,
it's not good for you to fluctuate weight like that.
One of the nice things about getting old is I've come to realize I'm not going to be in fighting shape again.
Yes. Hold on. Jake knows.
You know what I mean?
Randy Santel, his girlfriend is Katina, and it's Katina Eats Kilos, I believe, is her channel. And she's like she's tiny, but built like a tiny girl, but she's built. She's like a bodybuilder too.
Nice. I'm gonna throw an honorable mention out there, Den, since we're doing a couple. The Lemon Party podcast. These guys are fucking ridiculous. Oh my god, they just go off.
Cousin Kenny comes in and he says, John Boy Media is entertaining. Yeah, look, I like John Boy Media, but my favorite thing that they do is every week or so they put out a reaction to an episode of Nickelodeon Guts, and there's 3 of them, and they each pick a color. So they have drafts and everything, and they get really into it. And they laugh hysterically because some of the kids on Guts are just terrible, and it's very entertaining. So just pointing that out. All right, let's get to our top 5 and then start taking your guys' calls. Maddie, what's your number 5?
All right. My list is going to be kind of weird. A lot of these you guys might be seeing for the first time hearing. My number 5 is, and I'd appreciate it if you went over and showed him some love, is Keep It Comics. This dude, he just does like hot books you should pay attention to. For those of you who don't know, I am a huge comic book guy. If you are looking that way, you can see some of my books over there. And if you can't see this, but there's a shitload of books right here. And I really enjoy this guy's content. He's likable, and he talks about just, hey, these are the hot books this week, and they're not always attainable. That's my one gripe with the show is he'll be like, yeah, man, X-Men number 7. And I'm like, nobody can afford to buy a fucking book from 1963. Like some of your books are just a little out of bounds as far as price goes, but love the guy. Great host, talks about some great stuff and just shows you some cool stuff that if you're trying to make money in the industry, big fan of his work.
All right. What I'd like to start doing, and I'm going to do it right now, is I realize people come into a Jet show and sometimes in our intermission reports and probably have no idea what we are doing. So I am going to do this during these shows, hopefully.
Oh, okay. Hey, cool.
All right. So if you're joining us now, we're about to get to your calls after this intermission report. We're going to talk all things New York Jets, the downfall of the Patriots. We're going to celebrate. We're going to talk about the Jets' dominant win over the Patriots last Thursday night, and it's going to be a blast. But during the intermission report on the Midnight Mike Show, we have our audience pick a top 5. Tonight they've chosen top 5 YouTube channels and non-Jets. We're doing non-Jets. And Maddie had his first one, or no, his number 5. My number 5 is a channel called Townsteads, and it's this guy who owns almost like a like a reenactment store. So like if you want to be a Civil War reenactor, Revolutionary War reenactor, he owns like a high quality reenacting store. But that's not what the channel is. The channel is him in full garb. Half of his house he had built to be a Revolutionary War era kitchen. So when he films in his house, it's legit. Like he has a wood or a stove that he has to put stuff in with big iron kettles and all this other stuff. And he'll go out and cook out camping out in the, out in his yard or wherever.
Cool.
And he'll show you how the soldiers and how people back then would make. And he'd get cookbooks from the era and show you like recipes that they'd make, or how to make hardtack, or how to. It's fascinating the way he does it. So yeah, mine is if you're into Revolutionary War stuff like that and learning about the time period, go to Townsend's. And a quick another random aside, honorable mention is I believe it's called the Gettysburg Trust something, National Trust whatever, and it's a channel dedicated to the Battle of Gettysburg, done by the people who work at Gettysburg.
Cool.
So it's good stuff. All right, Maddie, what's your number 4?
My number 4 is actually a young lady named Snarky J Cosplay. She does a lot of reviews for a lot of things that I really pay attention to and have stopped paying attention to. For example, Star Wars. She was a big Star Wars person. She does her cosplay stuff, which I don't really care that much about. But she did a really, really, really good video that really won me over, which was it basically explained what it's actually like to try and make a living being a streamer, like an actual cosplaying streamer. And it was really eye-opening. She explained a lot of things about, she's like, yeah, look, the one thing about working 9 to 5, how much money you're making at the end of the month. She's like, me? I don't know. If I get 1,000 views on YouTube, I make $2.77 or whatever.
That's true. Okay. Yeah. For instance, the 49ers video I did that has almost 7,000 views, I made $14.
Right. And that's stuff that your average person like me just doesn't know and doesn't even think about. So I really like the effort that she puts into it. Again, young lady, makes money doing cons and stuff, but reviews a lot of the stuff I'm into. Her latest review was of the new Penguin show, which I haven't watched yet. But
which one? The one on Max that's live action?
Yeah, the one with Colin Farrell that is getting rave fucking review. Everybody likes this show, which I'm kind of saving for maybe like Monday night after the football game or something. But I'm a big fan of hers. She's fun, and again, it helps that I agree with pretty much most of the shit she says. But she's definitely worth your time. I think, again, I don't have shit in common with the kid. She's like 23, but she reviews the same kind of content that I would be reviewing if I was a full-time YouTuber, and I like her, and she's fun. So
nice, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. We're gonna be getting back to Jets content momentarily and taking your calls. And hey guys, we've gotten some amazing super chats tonight. Would appreciate that. Here we go. My number 4 is Bearing. Have you ever seen any Bearing?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, so he's this guy who does more right-leaning stuff, but he's literally a cartoon bear. So he has little reactions and whatnot, and the cartoon bear reacts, but he has like an Australian accent. And he does like short, like 8-minute videos on a topic. Like, let's say he finds like one I rewatched recently was a guy who like cucks out his girlfriend and like just basically is a complete beta male, and she's allowed to bang whoever she wants and he's not. So he'll comment on videos like that. And a lot of times his wife will come in, and Bearing is the boy bear, obviously, and his wife's name is Sugar Tits. And it's funny. Like they have this one painting of 2 bears sitting in chairs with a fireplace. Bearing, Bearing.
All right, I gotta look this shit up,
dude. He'll make you laugh. Bearing is fucking hilarious. But yeah, he just comments on ridiculous videos, like like how the woke world is like clown world.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he comments on, and his videos are short. They're 7 minutes, 8 minutes, whatever.
Those are easily accessible.
Yeah. All right, give me your number 3, Maddie.
All right, my number 3. This one has a little bit of explanation. I didn't know this because I'm old, but apparently there are full-on role play servers for Grand Theft Auto 5. Like where literally people will be like, I'm a cop in this server, so I go to work for X amount of hours, stopping traffic, making stops as basically an NPC in this Grand Theft Auto server. Well, there's this dude called Cheeto Head, and I don't know, he's got like weird emojis where he can just like pick up dudes and kiss them, and like just he goes in there and
I think you've mentioned him to me before.
I think I have. I fucking love Cheeto Head. He is hysterical. And I didn't realize there are people who are that dedicated to these servers, but he goes in there and he just winds these assholes up, and it is so funny to me. And his voice, he does his voice and everything. It's, oh my God. It's just so funny. There are no words. All I can tell you is go experience Cheeto Head for yourself, and you will laugh so hard.
Infrared comes in and says, number one Jets Drive. Number 2, Bidden Knowledge. Number 3, Revolt Drink Champs. Number 4, Dr. Eric Berg. Number 5, any megahertz tunes to make me knock out at night. Just to let you know, Infrared, if you came in, back in, or whatever, we are doing a non-Jets stuff, but that's cool. One Jets Drive is awesome, no doubt. If you like Cheeto Head, you have to know Stacks Wopo. Very not safe for work.
Yeah, I just wrote that down.
All right, my number 3 is WATP. Who are these podcasts? Okay. It's a great little world. It's a very popular show. They basically go each episode. They take a podcast that's absolutely terrible and make fun of it. It's kind of like Jocktober from Opie and Anthony, and they just trash it for a good 40 minutes, and then they'll go into different. There's other content creators that they go to regularly. One is Stuttering John. Then there's there's these 2 trannies from New Haven, Connecticut, like right down the road from me. And it's like they'll bring in regulars towards the end of the show, and they're part of the whole Dabbleverse, if anyone knows what that is. And that's the whole making fun of Stuttering John and Opie and people like that. But yeah, it's Who Are These Podcasts? Check them out. They're awesome. They WATP. Well, it's called Who Are These Podcasts?
That's fine. I got I wrote that down too. I'm excited. I'm picking up some cool shit tonight.
Yeah, I like those. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is RDC World.
Interesting.
They
holy shit! Look who's here.
Oh fuck,
dude! We were
chat just got so gay.
We did not believe in you and Scott Black. We once you guys got blown out and embarrassed and Tua went down, we were just, where are these guys? Where are these guys?
I am proud of you,
complete credit to you guys for doing
Tua
this.
Fuck the Dolphins for you.
There we go. Real quick, Alan says Megan Kelly, Dave Rubin, Ben Shapiro, Dan Beningo, or I'm sorry, I said that wrong. I have Joe Beningo on the mind. Bongino and Joe Rogan. I don't know. I listen to Joe Rogan clips. I love Ben Shapiro. Dave Rubin, I listen to clips. Love Megan Kelly. We had a whole little Megan Kelly thing going on in the comments earlier. She is definitely easy on the eyes.
I left him off this list, and I'll go back to my number 2 in a minute. But Douglas Murray is my favorite of all the right-leaning YouTube content people. And mostly his stuff is just him being interviewed. He doesn't really do his stuff on his own. And I'm going to see him in October. I have front row VIP tickets for photos, autographs, he's going to sign my books and stuff. I'll get pictures and send them to you. But my number 2, RDC World.
Hold on, YouTube user says I'm dating a Patriots fan, which means you're both literally miserable this week.
What's his name? Too easy. All right, so back to it. RDC World. They got a little notoriety from when he did he does a lot of basketball spoofs. Hey, there he is. What's up, YouTube user? I'm glad you came, man. We missed you. He did the whole I'm 36 thing. RDC World, they just put out their first short film today. These guys crack me up. One of the funniest things they've done was during the summer, they did the Hood Olympics. Holy shit, dude. Just go watch it. It is so funny.
Is it as good as the racial draft?
It's up there. It's on par. It's on par. It's very funny, very not safe for work, and it is well worth your time. But RDC World, most of you guys probably know it, and if you don't know it by name, if you go and watch it, you'll recognize it. Twitch is going okay. According to it, I have 19 followers, but I think that's probably more like 10 or 12. But
if you have 19, that means you went up 10 since last Saturday. That's not bad.
That, but
put it in the chat and I'll highlight it. But first, I'm gonna highlight. Hold on. But first, I'm gonna highlight this. Megan Kelly is so effing hot, and when she curses, I love her more. Dude, Alan, completely agree with you. Megan Kelly is just easy to watch.
I just like her no nonsense. Like, this is bullshit, and I'm not gonna be nice about it.
And Tommy Loren. Oh my God. Anybody know Tommy? Oof, she is gorgeous.
I like Kennedy myself, but I've been a Kennedy fan.
That's old school.
I used to watch her when her hair was all puffy and crimped up and like
back on MTV.
Yeah. I read her book. Her book was pretty good, actually.
Never in a million years, watching her on MTV and all that stuff, did I ever think she was that conservative.
No, you never would have guessed that.
No.
She tells an interesting story about hanging out with Trent Reznor. Fuck, I'm an idiot. That's the name of it. That's the username on Twitch.
So what was that? Your number 2?
Yeah, it's 2. So year 2 is up next.
My number 2 is, and I hope you guys can appreciate this. I hope somebody out there knows what I'm talking about. Camping with Steve. He's just a Canadian dude who goes around and does stealth camping videos, and it's like he'll do it under a billboard, he'll do it in an abandoned camp, he'll do it like he'll go to the weirdest places, but he'll also go to cool places or build boats. And this guy over the past year or so has been through so much shit. I've been watching him for a couple years now, and just in the past year he unexpectedly lost his wife, who used to go on camping trips with him, but she never wanted to be on camera, and he just always called her beautiful wife. She lost her, and then the one guy who supported him through that and always went on camping trips with him and helped him build this pontoon boat, and they camped going down this river on this makeshift boat. Crazy neighbor, he just passed. So this guy has been through shit, and
stay the fuck away from this guy is the.
Well, yeah, maybe. But yeah, his name is, I think it's Steve Wallace is his name, but just look up Camping with Steve, and some of his videos are just so entertaining. And if you can go to most popular, you can pull up videos and go popular. I'm sure some of those include Crazy Neighbor, and him with Crazy Neighbor on some of their little adventures are just so wholesome to watch. These guys are just good guys who just love to stealth camp, and it's good stuff. So that's my number 2.
All right. Do you want to hit any comments? Or you want me to
go? Let me see here.
Dano.
Dano.
That was great. That was funny. I just didn't fucking have time.
No, that's good. That's good. Here's my problem. I love It's Always Sunny, but here's my problem with the podcast.
A lot of things up.
Dude, I tried. I know this is gay, but I love the OC. And I tried to watch the OC podcast. I tried to watch the It's Always Sunny podcast. Whenever I watch podcasts or YouTube channels of people from the actual show creating content about the show, it's them literally sucking each other off for an hour and playing into each other's like how great they are. I'd rather watch fans review the shows, because
my problem with Always Sunny too is that they all of a sudden went from being like the bad boys of the FX sitcom world to, oh, we're sorry we made jokes about this and we wish we could go back. Like, no, fuck you guys. Stay true to your brand. So I honestly haven't watched Always Sunny for the last 4 or 5 seasons, and I wish I didn't feel that way, but like, you know what? Get over it. Like, your whole point is you're offensive. That's the joke. Nobody thinks you as people even believe that shit, but no, they just sold out. Like, and I hate being that guy with the fucking wire rim glasses that tells you your band is a bunch of fucking sellouts. But don't go over here and make 3 seasons worth of Mac trying to hook up with this transsexual or transgender chick who's Brittany Daniels, who's been in a lot of things. She's a very pretty woman.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, oh, we shouldn't have did that. We're like real sorry. Like, fuck off. It worked. It was funny. Like, you're not calling for anybody to be hurt or anything else. You're making a joke. So I lost a lot of respect for the Always Sunny guys.
All right. Alan says next top 5 hottest women on cable news or podcasts. A hilarious thing is that if it has to be like a news podcast or show, it's all going to be conservatives, because if you look at the difference between conservative women and liberal women,
well, ain't nobody saying Rachel Maddow.
No, he's kind of
that young man looks like he's just made the junior varsity basketball team, and good for him.
He probably did.
Hey, good.
All right, we are to our number 1s, folks, and then we're going to start taking your calls and talking more Jets. Maddie,
my number 1 is number 1. This won't be too much of a surprise. Is the Critical Drinker. I got in very early with this guy during COVID when I literally was searching out reviews for Harley Quinn's movie because I knew it was trash and I never watched it. And I found this guy and I was like, this dude gets it. And I have been a fan forever. I love the Critical Drinker. I think he's funny. And I think he's fair. That's the thing. I don't think that he's just like ultra conservative or ultra whatever. No, he's fair. He's like, okay, this was good. If shit is good, he will give it credit. And fairness to me is very important. So, Drinker's my man, and that's all I have for you. So go away now.
Yeah, great stuff. I like Critical Drinker. And I'd actually even say that Bearing is somewhat similar to him, where he does movies and TV things like that. Bearing does more like, woke, making fun of woke crap.
Gotcha.
But I think it's the accents, because Critical Drinker is clearly English or whatever he is, and Bearing is Australian. But instead of Critical Drinker's videos are usually more like 20 minutes, half hour, whereas Bearing's are like I said, like 8 minutes.
Yeah, Drinker's Scottish, by the way.
Oh, there you go. There you go. My number one, and this will take so long to explain, so I'm not going to try, is Perry Caravello Live. I've talked about him on the show before, and he's basically a lol cow, if you know what that is. This guy has been the butt of jokes since the early 2000s, and he's just this guy who gets so angry. He's a little off in the head because he was in a car accident like 30 years ago.
We don't know anything like that.
No, but he was basically brought onto the scene by Jimmy Kimmel and comedians around him when Jimmy Kimmel was still tolerable. And they basically, his first big foray into fame was a Comedy Central movie called Windy City Heat. It's free on YouTube.
I have seen Windy City Heat.
And basically it's everybody's in on the joke except Perry.
Yeah.
And they just do things to piss him off over and over again. He's extremely homophobic. So if you try to pull gay stuff with him, he'll freak out and scream. And still to this day, he does Perry Caravello Live, where people call in, send super chats. They make him do stupid shit. He has like a group of characters around him who come in and fuck with him. And he thinks, of course, it's all real because he's just not all there. And it's just
handicapped.
I'm telling you. Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, I could watch Perry Caravello for hours. Like I could put him in my ear and just listen to people fuck with him and get all angry. So.
Nice.
Yeah,
all right, I'll check that out for sure. You got me wanting to watch Windy City Heat again too.
I suggest everyone at least watch Windy City Heat, and then you start diving into the rabbit hole, which goes from Windy City Heat to the Big Three podcast, to Perry Caravello Live. Nice. So it's if anyone wants to check that out, it is what it is. Boba Jet coming in saying Latino weather girls are by far the hottest on the news, no doubt. Not only that, but they are my favorite beach volleyball teams.
All right, I need to take a 5-minute intermission. Kate just got back, and just give me a couple minutes. I'm gonna bounce since we're done with this. Take a call or two, and I will be back in a few.
All right, guys, here's what we're going to do. Maddie's going to bust out for a minute. What I am going to do is drop the link down below before I pull out of this intermission report. Here we go. There it is, folks. And of course, this was
Mike and Maddie's top 5.
Mike and Maddie's top 5 during our intermission report. That took a little bit longer because we did the double stream with Bobby where we were fucking with him. And then obviously we did the intermission report a little late. So I am going to go a little later tonight for you folks at home, because we did kind of mess with Bobby for a good 20 minutes. And it was fun. It is what it is. But we've got to pull out of the intermission report. So we're going to do that first. And then we're going to start taking your calls. This has been the Intermission Report with Mike and Maddie's Top 5. We'll be back in a minute.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat.
Folks, we are back on the Midnight Mike Show. It's time to get back down to business, talking New York Jets, talking about the fall of the evil empire and the pathetic basement-dwelling New England Patriots, a team that hasn't been there in so long, and the AFC East is going to watch them just drag in the basement. Maybe the water heater will break and water will flood the floor and the Dolphins will be flopping around. Yeah, it's the Dolphins will be flopping around. The Patriots will be but the Dolphins are going to be better than the Patriots, even with Skylar Thompson. I'm telling you. All right, let's start bringing in. We got people in the green room. The link is in the description, and I will drop it one more time just because I understand that it does with the comments shoot up pretty damn quick. So let me pop that in right now, and let's get to our first caller, Jake Klein. How you doing tonight?
Of course, it has to be, man. I love it as always,
dude. Man, we love having you on the show.
Wait, Mike, I ask you a question. You do the, every time was a super chat, you do Jets. How come Maddie doesn't do that? Why is it just you?
Who does what?
You do like the super chat, like $10, great, and you do like the Jets at the end. How come Maddie doesn't do that? He's just
doesn't do what? Hit the Jets chant?
No, he does do the Jets chant with you. You do.
I
Jets,
don't know. Maybe
I think we need to instill that if he's going to be your co-host, that you better tell him listen. I pay you enough money, so
No, but that's the thing. I don't pay Maddie right now. Our show doesn't make enough money to pay me.
He's a Son Reddick now. He will not.
Yeah, he's holding out. He's holding out on the Jets chant until money starts coming in. Like I said, we've gotten to the point where we're making enough because you have to make $100 for them to pay you each month. Now they'll hold it if you don't make the $100, but just over the past 3 months, every month we're making a little over $100. But as of right now, you put 90 towards StreamYard now, which used to be 45. All of a sudden now it's 90. I paid for Twitter, which, by the way, because I changed my profile picture, they take me off of premium till they can confirm. So now we're not streaming on Twitter tonight, which is bullshit because I paid $100-something, which is another $11, $12 a month. So you go 90 plus another 12 for Twitter, and then other little expenses. It's like I'm not really getting paid. So me and Maddie talked about it when we first met, and I told him kind of how much I needed to start making to justify this to my wife per month. And then I can start. But once again, I don't know if you saw the beginning of the show. If Alan Lazard goes over 600 yards for the season and goes 8 or more touchdowns, I'm buying both him and Alan Lazard jerseys.
100% that's happening. I mean,
yeah,
with the way the trend's going right now, and plus, you and I have been believers from the beginning. Remember that. I told you, Lazard, give him a chance, and you've been a believer of that. So, what's his stat level right now? It's like 200 yards and 3 touchdowns, or am I wrong?
He has. Here it is.
Maybe 170. I don't know.
So I predicted him to have several touchdowns and 500 yards. So he got 89 in the first game, 11 in the second game, 48 in the third game. So he's down to 352 to hit the 500, and he has 3 TDs.
All right, so it's a fair estimate. All right, so he's on the right trajectory right now.
Yeah. So hopefully it'll happen.
Absolutely. So, all right, so we're 2-1. It's happy days. I you want my. Now, this is the only Jake that matters in the Jake YouTube universe. See, Alan, I appreciate your opinions. No.
That's
Alan,
he's thinking of Jake Asman.
Oh, to me, I don't know. I was going to say, Alan, I always appreciate.
He's talking about you. He's talking about you.
No. Alan and I, we get a lot of crap in the YouTube world, but honestly, I am obviously we're different politically, whatever. I don't care about that part. But it's just, it's good to be honest, fans. We've been suffering long enough. We're being honest. We're not rah-rah fans. I'm 36. I don't do this rah-rah stuff anymore. I just want to, and you guys keep me on the show because I keep it real. I want to keep it real. I have to keep it real because if we just keep doing this delusion of everything is sunshine and puppies every week, what are we supposed to do? Because then when we lose a big game, there he is.
You're muted.
I hear a lot of things. I don't hear you.
No, he's muted.
Sorry. No, an uncomfortable truth is 100% always better than a comfortable lie. And I think that, and I was talking to a friend of mine who's a Niners fan, and he's like, you know the game because you've liked a bad team for so long, you understand how the game is without positive feelings. And that's you're real. That's what I want. I want real shit. None of this nonsense.
No. I don't come on these shows and do Rodgers good, but did you see that other guy? He ran the ball. I'm not doing that. It's just I can't fathom to think that somehow I'm just going to sugarcoat this from start to look. You know me, guys. I'm going to come on tonight and be truthful. Aaron Rodgers.
That's all we expect from you. That's all we expect from our viewers, and I hope our viewers expect that from us. Like when I put out a reaction video to a Jets game, that's me literally ending the game, walking into
Raw
my
feeling.
studio, and just going off. So if I get a stat wrong or I say a name wrong or whatever, it's because I'm just frazzled and yelling.
But no,
It's
and I like you, Jake, because you and I have a
take.
lot of the same opinions.
You like my Cardinals opinion, right? I told you, Marvin Harrison Jr., man, he
We're on the
came
same team on that one,
alive.
buddy.
I'm telling you, I'm believing it. And
I feel like you and I should start a book club.
We can do that. I'm up to that, actually.
I'm a big reader. Actually, it's funny. I'm going to take a quick moment to show. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people are Cormac McCarthy fans, but they actually made a graphic novel of the road, which I didn't know they were doing. And I'm really excited to check out the art in it because I'm
show how thick that was. That really thick?
Yeah, this is a big book, dude.
Pretty
so big. I'll have it read probably by Tuesday, but we can talk about it next Saturday. I don't know. I suspect a lot of our readers are Cormac McCarthy fans, or at least are familiar with his work. But I saw that and I was like really excited because it's from a small indie press company, but I don't know the artist or anything. But yeah, I don't know, Jake. For whatever reason, I guess I didn't accept your attempt to chat with me on Instagram, so I didn't get notified. But now that's rectified, so we could talk about this. We could definitely do a book club thing.
I could have sworn you were probably that when I texted you that night or DM'd you, whatever. Like, I thought you were going to be on like that. You know what, dude? I can't message you right now. I'm probably kicked out of the bar because I'm just like fist pumping and screaming right now. I'd be like, yeah, you know what? That seems fitting.
You know, the funniest thing about Thursday is I didn't get drunk at all. And
really?
No, so it's funny because my wife comes in, I'm just chilling because my knee was bugging me, and I was like, all right, you know what? And I was drinking Powerade, and my wife comes in, and she goes, hey, Powerade, huh? I said, yeah. I said, you know, I think the Jets are going to kick the shit out of them, and I said, and I really want to remember this ass whipping. And so then when I couldn't go to work Friday because my knee was just a nightmare, because it's an embarrassing story, but I slept on it wrong.
God, is this just arthritis, or is this like a Baker's cyst?
There's a fracture in it, and so like there's arthritis as well, and they're worried about necrosis. But the problem is I rolled over on my right side just to like face the fan that was blowing because it was really warm that night. Well, I flopped my big dumb fat left leg on top of the knee, so it put all this pressure on it. Like it's the gayest injury ever. Like it's just old people like, oh, my hip fucking. It's like breaking your leg playing chess, like Revenge of the Nerds Part 2.
It sounds like that sounds like tibial plateau. That's generally like the most common place where there's necrosis because there's a part there where like the blood supply is avascular. So that's my guess is probably
they're going to reevaluate me in November, but so far they don't think surgery. But I was like, this is so lame. I fucking hurt myself sleeping. Jesus Christ. But no, I was sober as a judge when I went to bed. Like, you know, I was like, this is the game. This is the game. And it's so funny because every fucking buddy from work was like, oh, got a little fucked up last night, huh, smart guy? And I'm like, you bitch.
You want to know, but you want to know what's funny, Maddie? You know how people would, if people could get our texts, like just have access to what we send each other, you'll know if the Jets are doing good when we are not sending each other texts.
Yeah, no, we don't talk to
because I don't think we sent each other one text during that game.
I literally was going to send you a Lazard jerseys for all text, like I said earlier, but that was it. I was just like, nope, we're doing fine. We don't have to cry. We don't have to complain. But if the Jets are in dog shit territory, it's like, what the fuck? You know, you can see the tears on the screen of the
obscenities that me and Maddie send to each other are ridiculous. Now, guys, my studio is getting ridiculously hot, so I'm going to go take off this hoodie. But you guys, I want to know Jake's thoughts on the Jets game. I want to know what he thought about the game and how happy he is that the Patriots are in the basement. And I will do my best to listen while I change out of this.
That's right. It's the Jets podcast. Although, Maddie, real quick, you're a Boulder fan or a University of Colorado fan. So my boy, I was networking with all day today. He's like a very good friend of mine. He actually used to work with Deion Sanders for like 10 years. Like nice. Very, very good friends with him. He's let's just say Shador's there's a lot in store for what he has, not just now, but like the amount of marketing that he's going to do for him. Yeah.
This whole system right now, I like Shador, I like Deion, but the circus that has come to surround the CU atmosphere Like, I just want to be able to talk about like watching the Buffs without having to say the last name Sanders and refer to the coach all the time. Like, I kind of just want this era to end already because I don't give a shit about college football in the sense like I do with the Jets. Like, I like college football. I'm rooting. I mean, I got my Buffs hat over here that I wore at work all day, like, but at the same time, I'm just like, God damn, dude, there's always some fucking NBA player who gets punched at a game or whatever, and I'm just kind of over it. Like college football for me has always been kind of I'm watching college football all day if I had Saturdays off, but I don't get angry if the teams I like lose. Like when Rutgers loses, I'm not losing my shit. When CU loses, I'm not losing my shit. When Syracuse loses, I'm not like, fuck, But now it's like, God damn, dude, the Buffs are just drama central. It's always some shit. It seems to me, and I can tell you living out here, like all the Dick's Sporting Goods and all those places, because we don't have Modell's out here, is just like,
Modell's are closing anyway. Doesn't matter.
I heard that, and that breaks my heart too. But it's like Coach Prime, and I'm like, dude, the coach is not the guy who's fucking doing the work on the field. Like, I don't know, man. I think
that's a lot. That's overblown a lot.
No, and I'm sick of it. I just would really, really, really like to just talk about the Buffs in like just being living out here and working out here. Just be like, can we just talk about the players and not the coach and the coach's son?
Travis Hunter.
Travis beast. But it's one of those where it is what it is. But they and they just tied it up. But I'm like, I like my college football to be simple and it's just some young dudes out there playing the game. And I'm not a college elitist. I hate those fucking people. But right now, it's just the Buffs are like, it's like the fucking real world, NCAA. And I'm just kind of not having fun with it. Like, I still watch the games, but that's the only time I'm having fun because tomorrow there will be 15 fucking articles and Dion will say something dumb or something smart, but they'll act like, it's just, I don't know. I hate this environment. And I know it makes me sound even older than I already am, but I'm just like, shut the fuck up and just, God, I just want to watch football.
I'm a little bit different.
Real quick, I just want to say, hold on. I want to say what's up to Ricky. He says, Mike and Maddie at work wanted to pop in and say hello and have a great show. I hope you're doing well. And yeah, I hope all is good. But hope to see you hopefully on an upcoming show. But take your time whenever you're not working. Please feel free to join us anytime.
Go ahead.
Okay, now seriously, guys, what's Jake's thoughts on the Jets and the Patriots? Because I do have people in the green room.
Oh, look at it. He's like a lion looking at a gazelle.
Maddie, let's be frank. Our prediction didn't work. I mean, we were expecting like the Thursday night football effect of being a close game, which was the safe bet. It was the safe bet. We can't sit here and say that. Yeah, we couldn't sit here and act like we should have known better. But I did say on this show that I want to watch Robert Saleh give me a quality win of an ass whooping against a bad team, and he did it. Now, let's be frank. The penalties haven't gotten better. And boys, let's be honest here. It's not going to get better. So we better accept that every week, even against a good team, we're going to get dumb penalties.
I don't know that I agree with you 100% on that.
I'm okay with dumb penalties if they're kept to 50, 60 yards. Once they get up to 70, 80, 90, 100, I start having a real effing problem with that.
I believe in our coaching staff that there will be a reduction. We're not going to eradicate them. I really do. I think that, look, they fixed.
Maddie, I love you, but I can't cross this bridge. I can't.
It's all right. We can
have differences.
I'm actually with Jake. My whole thing is that I'll believe it when I see it.
I think
I'll believe it when I see it.
Not an eradication, but I believe there will be. And maybe not a monumental reduction. We're not talking 60, 80%. Maybe even a 30% reduction. I think that they will tighten it up a little bit and it will be noticeable.
I think the only thing that's going to be reduced is from the sheer fact of Rodgers kind of getting used to the offense, which is that he's trying to call plays until the end of 1 seconds and change the call. And then there's the delay of games.
Well,
I just can't watch that affect us with using timeouts. That is a fucking problem.
Okay, let me clarify something. When it comes to the delay of game penalties, those are just going to go on until something changes big time. But I'm talking about the dumb fucking holds or you know what I mean? The in-game penalties. I think we will see them change
on the defense.
Yes.
On the defense that Robert Saleh will ignore because
but Jeff Ulbrich is going to get on
both of them. They'd rather go to the team barbecue and not be mean to them than tell them, dude.
I think Ulbrich is more of a disciplinarian than Saleh by far, but
I hope. But
we'll see. But that's the thing. I think that by the end of the Vikings game, we're going to know if actions being taken or if they're just like, fuck it, we're going to give up 70 yards and penalties a game. I hope not. I haven't felt this optimistic about this team in so long that I'm kind of just like, fuck it. I'm like Indiana Jones in the Last Crusade taking that blind step across the chasm.
I'll be honest, I have not felt this optimistic about it about a Jets team since the 98 and then 99 season. Of course, the 99 season ended pretty abruptly, but I never, even in the 9 and 10 season, I did not believe for a second that they were a contender until they proved me wrong when they got to the AFC Championship games. But this season, I have the same feeling that I had going into 99.
You should actually. And through all my negative comments about the penalties, this is the best team you're going to watch because guess what? We have a real quarterback. We have a guy that actually performs. We're talking about the quarterback. How many times do you see and Sunday night tonight we have this quarterback and the
Jets defense
receiver running back up there, whatever. It's never that. So you're gladly going to put Aaron Rodgers' face with his nice little, beard up there. And we're very proud to say that because he's going to do it every week. And maybe I'm jumping the gun a little bit, but next week, I want to watch Bo Nix get off the field by halftime. And guess what? Zach Wilson might have to go into the second half. That I want to watch next week.
Zach Wilson is not going to see him.
I want to see it, though.
I know you want to see it.
We'd all love to see it.
Not because
we would all love to see that.
Yeah, not the point I want it just because Bo Nix gets hurt or they just gave up. It's just that's how bad Bo Nix gets obliterated.
Just gets obliterated. I get it. I can tell you right now, I don't see Zach Wilson seeing a single snap.
He shouldn't. That's how appallingly bad it will get, but I want it to be as appallingly bad for that.
It'll be funny, and I promise we will send video from watching at the bar. Sasha and I have already promised her that we're going to go to the bar we like to stop at before we go to games that are here to watch the game and see if.
I did want to point out that I am prepared to potentially go live for a couple minutes. If you can go live from the bar.
We got to figure that out.
That's a possibility. And then also the last Sunday in September, I believe that is the game versus the Vikings in London. I might be going live at some point later that day.
I want to see Maddie go out all night and be like, you know what? I'm not going to sleep. I'm going right to the bar. I'm staying at the bar.
You don't want to see that. What you're asking for is like the most pathetic ripoff of John Wick if he was an alcoholic and not an assassin. Like I just show up at the bar and be like, triple Goldschlager. And yeah, I'm thinking I'm back. And then you just see me in the back of the squad car crying with my pants wet.
Do people still drink Goldschlager?
I still drink Goldschlager. I don't drink it every time. But if a bar has it, I'm your Huckleberry.
I mean, what time of the bar is open until Denver? 2 a.m.?
2 o'clock, yeah.
I was going to say, if there's a late night diner, you go to the late night diner.
Well, there is a late night diner. It's called Pete's Kitchen. They have the best breakfast burritos in the world. And I have never been kicked out of there. And what's really funny is I have known the manager hostess of that place who has been running that place for the last 25 years.
Yeah.
And I could still walk in there. I haven't been in there in 5 years. I'll walk in there tomorrow and she'll be like, Matt, where have you been? Give me a hug. And it's like, like if I was ever on the run from the cops, I would hide in their storeroom.
No, that's the time to
Now listen, guys.
What?
No, I was going to say I got a bunch of people. We're running out of time. We're at the 2-hour mark. Jake, before you go, address Infrared. He says we had 5 penalties for 70 yards. Most of the penalties were absolute bullshit.
Okay, 2023 had the most penalties. That was by Nick Faria, who goes on Jake Asman's show. So I want to point that out very clearly.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say it again. The Jets are one of the most highest penalized teams in the NFL.
No matter
That's
what.
not changing. It hasn't changed. That's my problem. It's going to be a problem against Buffalo. We better find some way about that. And it is going to be an issue. So I'm just saying, keep that in mind. It's just something that is sticking around. It's like the Raiders. How many years did they talk about the Raiders having so many penalties? It's the same story year in and year out with Saleh. And as much as I will say that Rodgers does his, snap count that goes to delay of games, which he should stop doing because I don't want to waste penalties anymore. That's on Coach Rodgers, because I am calling him Coach Rodgers in some way.
He is our
majority of the penalties we are getting. This is coaching. I'm sorry. It's this on coaching. It's something that Saleh should have learned by 4 years now into the league, and it hasn't gotten better. So that's why I'm saying for most times we are winning in spite of him. I'm just going to tell you truthfully. We're winning in spite of Saleh in some ways. And you know me, guys. I'm not outside the norm kind of guy. I'm just telling you that truthfully, I think that he becomes a liability sometimes when it comes to being a head coach. Good defensive coordinator, but head coach, there's still a lot of questions around him. And that's why I want to see back-to-back, I always have back-to-back wins now. I'm saying, can we beat another bad team and keep it consistent and then go to London? And keep in mind that we didn't say anything about the bye. We could have taken the bye before Buffalo. We're going right back home against Buffalo. So that's the game that they have to win.
I like that.
In my opinion. I'm sorry.
I like that. I feel like it's got a let's go hard and keep going hard feel.
Win the next 2 games, come home against Buffalo. They beat Buffalo, which they can win. I'm not afraid. I'm really not afraid of Buffalo. I'm not afraid of Josh Allen.
No, nor am I.
Not afraid.
I respect Josh Allen.
But come on, we beat him the past 2 seasons with Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson, exactly.
Yes, absolutely.
He's not fucking Homelander. We can handle this.
No, without Brian Daboll, he's never been the same. That is
Correct.
a fact at this point.
Correct.
So they come home and they win that game. You look at the rest of the schedule and the conference you're going into right now. I will come on this show and tell you right now, the Jets are Super Bowl contenders without a question. That is when I will truly believe it. Even though I believe that Andy Reid and Patty are like the Patriots, they're the road you got to get past. The Jets have ample reason to believe they can get there as long as they don't have any serious injuries, which Morgan Moses, thank God, it's only 2 weeks or 2-3 weeks. The bone bruise, I'm a little nervous.
I'm going.
Bone bruise is a little concerning. That's not an injury.
Bone bruises are rough.
They're rough. It's a linger. Look at Sam Bradford. It lasted all year long. The
Exactly.
good news is with Lyman, you can wear a brace. So if he wants to tolerate pain, which he's going to have to do, that's no. He's probably going to tolerate pain for the next 2 months. I hate to say it. He's going to tolerate pain.
That's life.
It is. It's life. It is life. You're going to learn the hard ways of being an NFL lineman, which is
all right, guys.
Damn, he's busting out the wrap.
All right, here we go. We got to move on. Jake, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for calling in.
Jake, I'll message
you. I have a couple people waiting. I got to get to them. But thank you so much.
Number 1 show, guys. Keep it up. All right.
Thank you, Jake.
I'll be at the game next week.
Thank you very much,
Tuesday, okay?
Absolutely.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, there he goes. Dude, me too. He always has so much good information. Always a smart take on things.
Good tactician. He's a smart dude.
I have 2 people right now that I have to get to before the show ends. Anybody else? I'm going to try to get to you. Once again, if you don't have your camera on, you're not getting into the show. Let me just say that. But I'm going to bring in Mets. Mets, how you doing? But here's I have someone.
Thanks.
I have someone that I have to get to. So I want to hear what you have to say about the game, and then I also want to address your YouTube short. Were you in here when I was talking about that?
Twinsies, bitch.
But still, I'm just gonna say it. It's about time this team starts making New England look like they're a bitch again.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, Mitch. We've waited way too long for this, and you know what? I'll bring it up right now.
And Mike, I noticed you have the last game we beat New England with at home and before this past Thursday, Week 16, 2015.
Mets got it behind me. The Jets versus New England 2015. We win in overtime. Good job, Mets. But Mets, I have to talk to you, man. I watched your short on the Jets Patriots, and right in the middle, it's a minute-long video, Mets, and right in the middle, you let out the warmest, smelliest burp that I could smell it on my end of the screen. And I went, oh God. Why didn't you just re-record? It's a minute. It was a short.
I have a lot to say, and I can't get it out a lot of times in 15 seconds.
Let me speak as Mets representative.
Don't take it down now because I want people to go and check it out.
I can assure you that Mets had a Chappelle Show moment where he was like, because fuck them, that's why.
I agree with that. Mets probably doesn't give a fuck.
He does.
Good night, Alan.
I respect it for it. Good night, Alan. Hey, thanks for being here, man. Love
Mets,
your takes.
Mets, what did you think of the game? You said that it's about time. Were you comfortable the whole game? Because I was.
It was a complete utter stop. I mean,
look, it should have been.
Did anyone really expect Jacoby Brissett to be any good for New England? No,
but they were at 1-1 with their loss being in overtime. So they were like, what the hell's going on here? Now, we all picked the Jets to win, but the fact of the matter is, and you can lie if you want, you were still a little nervous going into this game.
I was. And still, at least New England was doing the right thing when it comes to Drake May, i.e. waiting until throwing him into the Wolves almost instantly. With what happened to DJ. Or Bryce Young, who thank God is being benched this week.
But but does that really help Bryce Young to be benched? The team is going to suck no matter who you put out there. And at least,
Let Bryce Young get his snaps.
Exactly. That's the problem.
The kid is incompetent. He buckles under the pressure. Once that pocket collapses, he's being chased around like Pac-Man by a ghost without getting to a power pellet.
Yeah, but it's not like anybody else is going to do any better.
Yeah, exactly. He's your best option at quarterback, like it or lump it.
What's wrong with Dalton?
He's never had a prime and he's past it. That's the problem with Andy Dalton. Well, that was loud kissy sounds now that your mic works, Maddie.
Kissing on my hey, you wanted this motherfucker.
You sound great. You sound great.
Good. I'm actually I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, I'm so glad he got this fit.
I figured that one out.
Yeah, of course I do.
But I mean, honestly, Drake May, for what he did a competent job for the last drive of the game. So
the Jets were phoning it in.
But even then, it's still we are seeing some level of potential with the kid. Will he start for New England? Who's coaching them now anyway?
Jared Mayo.
Will the Mayo allow May to be spread on the field? I don't know.
No. They're bringing Jacoby Brissett back in. There's no chance. That's the biggest mistake people are making in today's NFL is having guys come in year one and start. That can't happen. You have to let them
out. The last time it worked out well, honestly, was pretty much Peyton Manning.
Yeah, but look at everybody else. Look how long Aaron Rodgers sat. Look how long Tom Brady sat.
Is it worked once in modern memory?
No,
and even then, he still got the whole game. And the next year, he came back well.
Year two, but whatever.
But you know what I mean? So, no, I agree with you. You can't. Jacoby Brissett will be on the field next week, 100%.
Yeah, I agree. I think once again, that whole thing was let's put him out there so that Jacoby Brissett can take a break from getting destroyed. And, Drake May's a younger kid. He can take a few hits, which he did, because I believe he took 1 or 2 sacks. And, and the Jets defense, once again, they knew the Jets defense was phoning it in at that point. Nobody cared if New England scored, and they didn't. That's the even worse part. They didn't score.
And I'm going to find it funny next week against Denver if instead of Bo Nix, they bring the Broncos bring the milk chaser to start, and then we just basically kill him.
You're not going to see Zach Wilson with the Broncos this year. I've heard rumors that the Dolphins might even trade for him. I don't think they will.
Right,
but
you're
if they
getting so he goes from a glue the titty chaser is going to go from a glue factory to a tuna cannery.
I'm impressed with how quick you came up with that, but you're not. I promise you're not going to see Zach Wilson in a Broncos uniform this year. It will not happen. They will put Stidham in before they do that, and honestly, I think they'll leave Bo Nix out there to play pretty much. I mean, unless they're getting absolutely blown out, which is very possible in the third quarter, and they'll still put Stidham in.
The only way you see Zach Wilson in a uniform this year is if, like, let's say we've said his name 50 times. Who's taken over in Miami?
Skylar Thompson.
Yes, yeah. Skylar Thompson. If a team goes down like their first 2 or 3 quarterbacks and they trade for Zach Wilson just because they need somebody, that's the only way you're seeing Zach Wilson in a uniform.
And this is not me hating Zach Wilson. I'm telling you, he's not going to see a snap this season without divine intervention.
True.
But Mets, listen. Thank you so much for calling in. I do appreciate it. We are running well over our time. So I got to let you go, but we'll see you soon. And everybody check out Met's short reaction to the Jets versus the Patriots.
But make sure you at least wear an MK95 mask.
Yeah, to block his warm belch out.
That's pretty much pure bile.
Like I didn't even take him out. He took himself out.
He was like, fuck you guys.
All right, guys. We have a very special guest on the show right now, and I am excited to get to him. We double streamed with him earlier today.
Our boy,
and he's back, ladies and gentlemen. Bobby Midday.
Oh, look at that fucking hat. You go
Mets,
to hell with that.
Mets 21-28. Hey, it's me. He was my classmate.
Bobby, so I got to ask you, were you actually mad at us for a few minutes?
Yeah.
Because we were just fucking with you, buddy.
Hey, listen. First of all, hi, Mets 21-28. We went to school
this
together.
Isn't Bobby.
We were classmates.
This is Bobby. This is Bobby.
We rode the same bus and everything.
I promise you, this is not Bobby.
Bobby, listen.
See my name?
This is not. No, Bobby doesn't have a beard.
Bobby grew it in this past week. He's looking sharp.
What is he? A fucking chia pet? This is not Bobby Midnight.
I'm Bobby Midday.
This is Bobby. Yeah, and he's amazing. Bobby, let me ask you a question. I have a quick one for you. Did you happen to see that GM Joe Douglas actually outed the secret that we've been holding for a long time?
Oh yeah, what was that?
I have a clip for you.
Joe
Here it is.
Douglas, what's going on?
Thanks for the question. This football organization's a family. Fan base, it's a family, and we hope our children follow in our footsteps and continue the legacy we build here and keep the family names going. Much like Midnite Mike, who followed in his father Bobby Midnite's footsteps and started a YouTube channel. The Midnite name lives on, and the only difference is that Mike is probably an actual Jet fan.
God.
Oh, no,
as soon as I saw the beard, I knew you handsome son.
I'm exposed.
Bobby, it doesn't help.
Handsome
it doesn't help that you
bitch.
came on with it. It didn't help that you came on with a Giants hat. That didn't help your argument there.
Wait, well, oh crap. Oh, wait.
There you go. Perfect. Thank you, Bobby.
I'm sorry. Well, that's why I called in, because you listen to me, buddy boy. There's only room for one Midnight, and you're looking at him, fucko. And while you're at it, drop the mic name, because that's my brother's name. Hey, you don't come on to my show and call me a traitor. Who do you think you are? It's my
Look,
show.
I'm sorry. That's Bobby. That's why we sent Maddie over there to make peace.
And I think I got shit talked. I have it paused so I can hear what they all said.
I don't know.
That Motley Crue sat and shit talked to you?
I think they did. I don't know. I have it paused right when I came on because I kept hearing people like, "Oh, he sounds like a," and that guy jumped off because I had to come back here. So if the soup kitchen is talking shit, it's on.
Well, if I'm subscribed to your show, you can't come on my show and call me a traitor. You understand?
Can't fucking deal with this.
You understand me?
Yes, Kermit the
Well-
Frog, we do.
Hey,
Bobby, I
Okay.
think I have someone else who hold on, Bobby, hold on one sec. I have someone I think on the line that has something to do with you.
oh, is it Sarah?
It's
That poor girl. He
well,
kidnapped.
I mean, a lot of people call him Bobby, but
Is it
he
Carly
goes by
or
Robert.
Carly?
He goes by Robert Chim. Robert, how you doing tonight?
What the
Hi.
fuck has happened to our show?
Hey, Robert. Hey,
Hi,
hey,
Bobby.
buddy. Hey, my good friend,
I
Robert.
love you. I love you.
Hey, my good friend, Robert Jim. Hey,
This is the greatest day of my life.
hey.
Oh my God.
Oh my god! I wish assisted suicide was legal in this state.
Robert, are you friends with Bobby?
I'm a Bobby truther. I just love Bobby. I want to be friends with Bobby so bad. Bobby, and it's okay to love the Giants, Bobby. Giants, #1, Bobby.
That's my good friend, Robert Jim.
Did you
Hey,
guys
Bobby,
did you guys both get kicked off the Giants stream earlier?
be nice to Bobby.
we don't talk about that, Matthew.
It's Ms. Matthew to you.
Okay,
I think
Mrs. Matthew.
college should just be called Matthew by the likes of you.
Hey,
Giants and
knock
Jets.
it off.
Giants and Jets.
Crap.
That is a very pronounced chin, Robert.
Hey,
It runs
Robert.
in the family.
Robert, can I ask you a question?
It sucks when you get punched in the chin, but we learn to deal with it.
I feel like I'm balls deep in a snuff film right now. Like any minute now, one of these two is going to step aside, and there's going to be a poor girl duct taped to a chair who's already bleeding.
Hey,
Like,
Robert.
this is perfect
can I
late
ask you a
night hour
question?
stuff.
It's 100% our show.
Hey, Robert, can I ask you a question?
Yes, Bobby.
Hey, what do you do when you think really hard?
I scratch my
Yeah,
my
do you
chin
do it?
nuts. Shaving is difficult.
Oh, yeah. I bet you manscape your chin.
Yeah,
don't you?
Manscaped
It
would
looks
definitely help
fabulous.
that.
I'm going to
I
kill my
use
guy.
Nair.
Nair.
I just like to
Oh,
spray it on my chin nuts.
Oh, see, you're so smart.
I
My
know.
good friend.
I'm like you, Bobby.
I know.
I'll tell you right now. I think you're both legends. It's clearly and Bobby, you have your uniform on of your well stretched out neck shirt, which I like. And you were able to cover in enough time your Giants hat, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, sorry, I slipped up. Sorry, I forgot. I got caught up in the conversation and I forgot. Sorry.
Bobby, be a proud Giants fan. You have nothing to apologize for.
Oh yeah, I'm free. Okay,
there
let
you
me be
go.
myself again.
There you go, Bobby. Yay!
Bobby's
I don't
shoulders
wanna
are
hide
way
anymore.
broader.
I'm telling you right now, I'm just glad we're cool with Bobby again. I'm glad Bobby understood that we were kidding earlier,
Yes,
and
you're
that
my
he was
good
able to call up.
I bet Bobby's subscription is canceled by tomorrow morning.
That's okay, because then Robert and Bobby Midday can sign up and make up for it.
Yeah, there we go.
I will.
Bobby High Noon.
But
Jesus.
Okay, guys.
I don't even know if Scott. I don't even.
Hi, Bobby.
Right,
I love
yeah.
you, Bobby.
I love
Thank
you.
you,
and
thank you, Robert.
I love you, and I love your chin nuts.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, it's good to see you. Hey.
My liver cannot take this.
Okay.
There he goes. Robert
I know you
Shim
got-
comes in, and then Bobby. Thank you for coming on the show. I am so happy that it's now out that I am actually your son. And I just changed my name for not only legality purposes, but also you change your name a little bit for stardom. You never did that. I decided to do that, but I guess it's now out in the open.
Hey, that Joe Douglas guy, he's hilarious. He's amazing, isn't he? I love that guy. He's so good.
Oh yeah. Well, he knows all the inside information.
Yeah.
That's why I'm shocked he knew that about me and you. It's incredible what he knows.
You should check out. He dropped like 14 shorts today in his video section on his YouTube channel. They're so funny. You should look at them.
Oh, I will definitely check that out. I believe his is a Jetstream or Murdog that he's going through.
It's Murdog, but his channel's called the Jetstream.
There you go. We will definitely check that out.
Him at www. Not me, but YouTube at Murdog 5. You can find him there. Yeah,
Murdog 5. So it's http://www.youtube.com/Murdog5.
I know that's like Chinese math. What are you saying?
I don't know. I'm sorry, Bobby. We know Murdog Jetstream. We will definitely check that out. Thank you so much.
That you got in the chat, Gator McCluskey. I call him Gator the hater because he doesn't like anything unless he's the one doing it. What a little cunt.
Yeah, I think would be much. Thank you, Gator. I appreciate it.
I hope I run into him one day so I could say hello.
Yeah, no, you're right. It's funny. You sometimes you watch the best of Jake Asman streams, and it's half Gator. It's half Gator doing things.
Oh yeah. Oh, like when he impersonates Lane Kerner. Yeah, it's always funny.
Well, anyone. Yeah, Lane Train is definitely someone who's fun to mess with.
Yeah, no, he has a fake Lane Kerner YouTube account that he posts up chats in people's streams that make Lane look stupid. But we know it's him.
How could you do that? How could Lane the Lane Train ever look stupid?
Well, Lane's a good friend of mine, but Gator makes fun of him.
Of course he is.
That's
Gator,
right.
look, deep down, Gator's a legend, and we all know that.
Yeah, well,
but not as much as you, Bobby.
One day it's going to happen.
Bobby, hey, it's 20 minutes past my time to go, so I've got to go. I got to let you go, and I hope to talk to you again.
Okay, hey, goodbye.
Yeah, I'd like to help you hell out of here.
Bye, Bobby.
That was
all right, and that is that was a great way to end the show. You got to end with ridiculous late night.
What to say about this shit.
Saturday night into Sunday morning. You got to wake everyone up and let everybody know what the hell's going on here.
I can assure you, anybody who was woken up by that shit did not appreciate it.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe not.
No, our subs are dropping by tomorrow morning for this shit. I mean, these fucking
just
assholes.
Gonna have everyone
click.
No, here's why. Here's why I think that's not true, Batty.
No, I'm kidding. I think
here's why it's not true. Because anyone who's here at 11:20 at night watching our show is a diehard watcher of the show. Because
that or they're too lazy to commit suicide.
True. Exactly.
Oh, wait, I mean, you're not supposed to say that, so bleep that.
We can't do that. That's okay. Maddie, anything you want to say before you head out?
Nah, man. I had a great time tonight. Nate, I said in the comments, I'm gonna hit you up later. Jake, always a pleasure to have you on. I really do hope Bobby does not think that we really had it out for him or we're coming for him or fucking with him. I worry because Bobby's kind of a little more. He's a gentler soul than we are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I hope that.
I think sending you over there, like he obviously.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm gonna watch.
Yeah.
I'll watch it. I'll text you when I finish the bit. But like, just to make this official, there's no bad blood between our show and Bobby's show. I don't care if he streams again.
No, not at all.
Fine,
I love Bobby.
Man. Like he's definitely not talking about anything that anybody who wants to talk about the Jets is talking about. I can tell you that for free. And so I just hope there is no. I said I sound like a radio man. Wow, ironic. I've worked in radio. But either way, look, guys, tonight was a lot of.
The reason they said that is because you were on a show with Bobby, and when you have Bobby's voice, and then you come in with a much smoother voice, all of a sudden,
oh yeah, girl, you know it's DJ Matty J up in this motherfucker, girl.
We're gonna do some
locked
smooth
down with the
jazz
smooth
tonight.
R&B and WJETS on the YouTube radio. But Like I say, guys, I can't stress this, and I know I say this every week. At least this week, it did not degenerate at the end into the fucking love fest that I went back and watched last Saturday. Because I had to laugh at that,
Oh,
dude.
come on. Every
It
now and
was
then
beautiful.
we've got to let
Yeah,
everybody
we gotta
know.
pat each other on the ass and say, good hustle, great spaghetti. And
Good night, Monique. Good night, Infrared. All
good
you
night,
guys saying
everybody.
good night. We
But yeah,
appreciate you
I
guys
just
being here. Make sure you hit the like on your way out.
had a blast with you guys tonight, as always. Hit me up on YouTube. If you're on Instagram and you hit me up that way and I miss, hey, Johnny boy, and I miss it, just call me out on the show so I can accept the chat request. I'm not a big Instagram guy. It's nothing personal, I promise you guys. So if you send me a message and I don't respond, just be like, hey, dipshit, because I don't even get notified. Like, literally, Jake was like, hey, I tried to talk to you, and I was like, I went in and it was like, I thought I accepted this. So, but that said, man, let's just have a great week. Enjoy like chill, guilt-free, nothing invested football tomorrow, which is always nice because our team already handled their business.
Yeah.
So whatever else happens tomorrow, you can just enjoy football. You can just have a good time watching all 3 games. Like tomorrow, I'm literally going to watch the AM game, go to the play, and then watch the PM game. It's going to be great.
Yeah,
Well,
it's going to
you
be a
know
nice,
what?
relaxing Sunday.
Dano, you sent that shit postage due, and I'm not opening it. I have to have some priorities here. That said, guys, I know it's late. I know we're almost a half hour over our time. I really enjoyed hanging with you guys tonight. I say that every week because I mean it. I have a blast on this show. I have a blast talking to you guys. We will talk again Tuesday night. Go Jets, but they already went. So fuck it. Enjoy the games tomorrow because none of that shit means dick to us because we already won. Good night.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was my co-host Maddie. Guys, we had a great show tonight and it got crazy at the end. It got a little crazy in the middle, but if Bobby's watching, go back to when we were go messing with you on your stream and you could see that we were doing it all in good fun, all, just as a joke. And it is what it is. We wanted to mess with you because we were live, you were live, Saturday night is our time. So we were like, let's fuck with Bobby. And that's what we did. So, and Bobby's always welcome on this show. I mean, we just had him and he was amazing. I mean, that was great. Guys, once again, Maddie, he didn't put up, I think it's Yossarian is his Instagram, but mine, if you want to get in touch with me, I am on Twitter. I am on Instagram. I am on Letterboxd at Gmail. All branded across the board, just like this YouTube channel, MIDNITE Mike Show. So feel free to hit me up. Any retweets are appreciated. Anytime you want to tag me in something or talk to me, please feel free. I would love to talk to you too. And obviously at Gmail is more for the stickers if you want. Hey, I haven't talked about that in a while. For those of you hanging on, man, you guys are awesome. Check it out, man. If you send me at Midnite Mike Show, let's get to that. If you send it to me at Midnite Mike Show, just say, hey, I want a sticker. Send me your address, whether it's your home, your office, your P.O. box, whatever. You'll get the Midnite Mike Show holographic sticker. Those are limited because I'm going to run out eventually. But while in stock, you'll get that. And then you will also get, oh boy, I have a package here. They're still in their package, but you'll get the Midnite Mike Show. It's either in their plastic. The Midnite Mike Show thing for your water bottle, your phone, your car, your computer, whatever. And I'll just send them out to you. I just need your address. And eventually shirts. I'm going to get some shirts coming. But thank you guys so much for sticking around. I am Midnite Mike, your late night New York Jets host. We beat the Pats. We put them in the basement, and we're going to continue that next week with the Denver Broncos. And I can't wait to see you next time, which, of course, will be after Talking Jets Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you then. Hit the like on your way out and subscribe. I bet most of you guys are already this late, but hit the thumbs up and all that.